conceive, believe, achieve. Shut the f*** up.
This is Believe You Me on the Gas Digital Network.
Oh, Michael, this is going to be fun to watch.
All right.
Shannon fucks it up already.
There we go. There we go.
I don't hear myself. Nothing happened right there, Shannon. What the fuck was that? Time out. Slow down.
You want to start again?
Jeez Louise, one job. I come into New York, I'm all excited. I'm like, we're going to have no technical difficulties. And here we are. And so far, nothing has gone correct.
That's
That
because
was
you hurt
fucking
my
crazy.
feelings, Mike. That's why.
Pardon me?
Because you hurt my feelings.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Shannon. I do apologize. I was talking shit before saying, guys, can we just get this show on the road? Because Lewis, about 30 minutes ago, told me to tweet that we're going live.
Yeah.
And I don't like to lie to my followers, Lewis.
Yeah.
And we're lagging. And I'm like, come on, motherfuckers. And Shannon's like, oh, I'm sorry. I had no idea it was Shannon. So,
Yeah.
my bad.
Well, see, with dudes, Michael Bisping's a gentleman at heart, okay? Because we have very few ladies that listen to the show, but you guys should know that, like, it was a very weird thing because the way that he was speaking to me in Harrington, like we were scum on the bottom of his shoe, like we stepped in dog shit.
We're friends. We're guys. We're busting balls. It's like, come on, motherfuckers, let's go. And then when I realized the onus was on Shannon, I'm like, I would never dream of speaking to her like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The only woman I speak to like that is my wife. You know what I mean? Other than that, I speak to women with respect. Of course, I'm joking. I gotta stop saying that. Of course, I'm joking. People know I'm joking.
Right.
And if you don't know I'm joking from now on, then I don't know.
Well, here's the
Think I'm an asshole.
We're live. Michael Bisping is in New York City. It is Memorial Day. We are bringing you guys a show from Gas Digital Network, gasdigitalnetwork.com. If you guys love the show, you guys want all the older episodes that we've been doing, where I think we're over 60 episodes at this point, 65 episodes, gasdigitalnetwork.com is the website. And you guys can subscribe by using the promo code BYM. You get a 14-day free trial. You save $1.50 a month. You get access to this show's complete library, on demand, ad-free, a day early, plus all the other amazing podcasts on the network as well.
Okay.
Great show planned.
Yeah. I want to say I'm very jealous of you guys living here in New York. I really am. Because it's an amazing place. It's very, very cool. Every time I come here, I don't know. I'm excited. I'm like a little kid. I love big cities.
Yeah, you went out for a run earlier today through the streets of New York City.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. It was. I have a painful knee, but still, it's nice to run around cities. Whenever I'm in cities, I do run a lot. That's why when I was in Toronto filming Triple X, I was able to take that fight on 2 weeks' notice because I ran nearly every morning. The reason I run is because it's fun in a big city, in a built-up area. You run around, there's all kinds of weird shit going on. You run through different parts of town, Chinatown, this and that. There's homeless people. There's it's interesting.
It's a lot of fun.
It's stimulating to the eye. All the senses are alive.
Exercising through the lives, dismay of homeless people.
Yeah, no, but you're running along, you got to sidestep, you got to shimmy to the left, woo, woo, woo,
You got to jump over a homeless baby.
Yeah, it's
I understand.
It's like an episode of The Krypton Factor, which is a show that we have in England that you don't know about. Used to have. I sound old, but yeah.
The what factor?
The Krypton Factor.
By the way, now that you're in studio, we can pull things up in real time. If she wants to pull up the Krypton
Don't bother.
Factor,
Don't bring up the Krypton Factor, please.
I would love to just spend the whole show watching the Krypton Factor now.
Yeah, well, it's not.
You made it sound, very thrilling.
Maybe it was when I was a kid.
Yeah, I like running in New York City as well. I like running outside in general. There's science behind that as well, I believe.
What is the science?
I don't know it. I think I've read something one time a while ago, but
Okay.
my understanding of it is, like, number one, when you're running outside, you're actually projecting yourself forward. Your
No, absolutely. That's
foot
why
is grabbing the ground and you're pushing yourself versus a treadmill.
So the science you're talking about is the science of actually burning more calories and having more effort.
Yes.
As opposed to a treadmill, which kind of pulls your feet along. If you're on a treadmill, you have to put it on an incline of 1 for it to actually replicate running.
Yeah.
If you're on 0, it's a little bit easier. So
You're just kind of skipping along, which is still, you're
still running. You're still, but put it on 1. You have to have it on 1 for it to actually be proper running.
And then it's other little things, like you're dealing with, just the elements. You know, a car's coming by, or there's people out there. There's stoplights, and there's cracks in the road, and you have to go uphill and downhill, and all of these different little factors mean that your body isn't truly really resting. When you're on a treadmill, you kind of mentally get into like just a zone, and you're just going. Whereas you have to really think, and your body has to react in real time when you're like in a big city. You know.
I will say this though: I did the run after me and Lewis had worked out together. Lewis has got a fight coming up and he wanted to train, so we did a little session this morning at his Fancy Pants gym, Equinox. And
it was beautiful. You loved it.
I did. It's a very, very cool gym. It made me hate where I work out. I'm like, God damn, Lewis has got everything.
It's a nice gym. Looked at. I used to work at that.
No,
gym.
but the point I'm making is that the workout was so lame, I had to go for a run around the streets of New York City afterwards, Lewis. That's the point I'm making.
My workout was lame. You were the one we did a strength and conditioning workout. It was your idea with the thing that we did at the beginning.
That was great. That was great. We did a good... Are you serious? We did a circuit. Clean and press.
His circuit was what you would literally, like a chick, if you run like a...
you were fucked, Lewis.
What was it called?
Hold on. Let me tell you what we did. We did 10 clean and press, and then we went to, what was it? 20 sit-ups on the thing, to 20 big heavy medicine ball slams.
No, it was the shoulder press.
And then landmines, shoulder press, 10 on each arm, and then kettlebell swings. That was 5 things. You'll notice though, Lewis, I did an extra 3. I did the ab wheel, I did upright rows, and I did bicep curls. So I did 8 stations. You did 5. No big deal. And I did it a lot heavier than what you did. So, it's not my fault that you do it like a woman and with the intensity of an old lady. What are you looking at? Harrington, what are you looking at?
He showed me a jazzercise video. This is Michael Bisping. This is going to be the cover of the next episode.
Hey, listen, don't secretly show him.
It was a cute workout, okay? It was.
It was fun.
It was fun. It was good. It was
Don't
solid.
lie, Lewis. You loved it. You were out of breath. Hey, you have a fight coming up, okay?
Yeah.
You want to get in shape.
Well,
you have to do circuits are the best thing to get you in shape, believe you me.
It was all explosive stuff. It was all stuff that could help with like power, punching power. Like everything we were doing was sort of like, working on the core, which is great. But then we went a little old school and we said, hey, why don't we have a little arm day?
Yeah.
And then like fucking just like meatheads. Just meatheads.
Well, you got to get a little bicep pump on now and again. You know what I mean? Why not? We just did shoulder and tricep back to back like a couple of real gym meatheads.
Yeah. And then I showed him a little thing or two about how to work your arms.
Yeah. Thank God I met you, Lewis. Otherwise, I would have never known. My athletic career will never get off the ground. But now I feel like I might finally get somewhere.
That was a fucking solid arm workout.
It was a solid arm workout, correct.
It was good.
Yeah, no, it was. The structure was a little weird, but...
It was super set, plus drop sets with weight. I mean, look, the structure was there, all right, motherfucker? I got some decent arms, son. I got some decent arms.
Hey, good for you.
One thing I got is I got arms.
They're beautiful.
Thank you.
I'm very impressed. It's the first thing that attracted me to you, Lewis.
I know. All right, look, great show planned today. Lots of stuff happening, obviously, in the world of mixed martial arts. You wanted to make an announcement on today's show.
Yeah, I guess. So obviously I've teased this for a long time now. I might fight again, I might not. And unfortunately, it's not a fight that I'm announcing. I am going to announce my official retirement from mixed martial arts. Thank you. Slow clap. It's been a long journey. I started in 2003. I started training, so 15 years as a professional fighter, 12 or 13 years in the UFC. You can't do it forever. Done it for a long time. Of course, I've got issues with my eye. After the Gastelum fight, then I started having issues with my good eye, which I've never spoken about before. After the Gastelum fight, so, all right, I'll get into it. After the Gastelum fight, I went to a party afterwards with all my team, etc., my friends that had flown in to watch. We went to a club, and because it's dark, I just kept seeing this flash out of the corner of my good eye. I'm like, what the hell? And I kept looking at it. I keep seeing a flash, so I keep looking. And I'm doing that constantly. And then I realized there's no flash going on. It's just my eye. And every time I look left, it flashes. And it still does it now when it's dark. It's light now, so I can't see it. So I started freaking out, thinking, oh, my God, I don't believe this. I've got a detached retina in my good eye. I have problems with my bad eye. It doesn't look good. So obviously, I was kind of freaking out. Right. First thing I did when I got home, I went to a doctor and they checked it out. They said it probably is a detached retina, but they looked at it. They said, no, it's not a detached retina. It's a vitreous detachment. So you have your eye. At the front of your eye, you have your cornea, your lens, and then at the back, you have your retina. In between that, you have what's called vitreous fluid, and between the lens and the retina, you have millions of fibers that connect to the back. And apparently in your 60s, and if I'm butchering this to any aspiring eye doctors that are listening, my sincere apologies. I guarantee I'm getting this wrong. Guarantee.
Just some guy on YouTube. It's like, you don't know shit about eyes, Michael Bisping.
No. I got this information from one of the homeless people on my run this morning. So no. So apparently in your 60s, the vitreous just kind of slides off from the retina nice and smoothly due to old age, or it can break off due to trauma. So that's what happened. And but it's only partially detached. So when I'm seeing those flashes, it's another fiber pulling and stuff. So you got to be careful, because when those fibers pull and detach, it can cause a retina detachment or a tear in the retina. The retina is very careful. So anyway, so I said I was going to be done fighting then, but then I did contemplate another fight. I was going to fight in London, and that never happened. Probably a good thing.
And this is sort of against everybody's
best advice.
Everybody. Nobody's saying Michael Bisping fight.
No, everyone's telling
except
me
for me
to.
and Harrington.
I actually was negotiating with the UFC to fight Rashad Evans in London.
I know, yeah.
Yeah. Which, you know, it's probably a good thing that never happened. And anyway, as more things have gone on and things outside the octagon have progressed and just whatever. And then I watched a movie actually on the plane last night called Journeyman, which, funnily enough, I auditioned for a long time ago. Never got the part. I wasn't right for the part.
Maybe you should retire from acting.
No, after seeing the movie, I understand why I didn't get the part. You know what I mean? I'm just too fucking... The guy that played my part was a right scrawny little shit.
Okay.
Yeah, you know. Anyway, and in this movie, Journeyman, it's about a boxer. It was a great life, nice wife, kid, and everything. And he almost dies after a fight. And he has severe brain damage. He loses the power of speech and all this type of stuff. It's actually a really, really sad movie. Very, very good. I recommend Paddy Considine. Fantastic actor. Check it out, Journeyman. But it's very sad, and it made me realise it just ain't fun.
Is that what like inspired you to? Because this is very. Well, you told me this. This is very new. You told me today.
Yeah. Well, I was watching this movie last night, and I just thought it ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. I mean, what else am I going to do? I've won the belt. I've had tons of wins. I've done everything I set out to achieve. What's the point in flogging a dead horse? Not that I'm a dead horse, but what's the point? You know, I've done everything I set out to achieve, and fortunately now I've used my platform to open other doors. You know, you got to know when to walk away. You know, I'm almost 40 years old. The time is now. So I want to say, first of all, thank you to my wife. Without her, it wouldn't have happened. That's a fact. She was incredible every single step of the way. My children, my dad. My dad was amazing. And, of course, everyone in the UK and around the world that supported me. So, yeah, there you go. Great career. That's that.
Incredible, dude.
Thank you, everybody. Let's crack on with the show.
Yeah, you know, whatever. Not to get too dick sucky. We already did that in the steam room earlier today.
Yeah, no, for sure. It was great.
But, you know, like, look, dude, it was pretty fucking incredible. When I met you, I mean, you know, you did the radio show. It was sort of like, I don't know, from my perspective, like, you know, Michael Bisping wants to do a radio show. In my mind, I'm going like, oh, he's winding down. You know, this is years ago. This is 4 years ago with 3.
No.
How long ago we started
maybe
the radio
3.
show?
2015, I think, yeah.
At least 3 years ago we started doing the radio show.
Yeah, it was 2015 for sure.
And I remember just kind of going like, oh, shit, Bisping wants to do radio. That's awesome. But in my mind, I was like, I'm assuming your career was winding down. You were thinking about retirement at that point.
Yeah.
And then
no,
you went
not at
on.
all.
Well, you went on to win the fucking title. During that, it was just such a crazy thing. Like that whole time, you got the Anderson Silva fight. You beat Anderson Silva. You got the title fight in short notice. You won the title. It was just this sort of crazy thing. And you know, I got to be a part of it. You know, by working with you, and not only working with you, but like doing radio or podcasting. It's a very different thing. We get together every single week, and you know, we talk here and there on the phone throughout the week, but we get together every single week for a couple hours and have a pretty fucking intensive conversation, you know, and we talk very much in depth about these things that are going on in your career. And it was during this amazing time that you happened to start doing radio and podcasting, this like crazy time in your career where it just fucking blew up and you won the title. And so it was a pretty nutty experience from my perspective. And I just want to say thank you for continuing to do these things, because you didn't have to do the radio. You didn't have to do the podcasting, any of that shit. Like, in my mind, you won the title. I was like, it was weird when you won that title. I remember going like, I was like, ah, shit, dude, he's going to fucking stop doing the radio show.
Yeah. No, never. I enjoy doing it. My wife wanted me to retire a long time ago. She wanted me to retire. When I fought Rockhold for the belt, she wanted me to retire, win or lose that night. And I'm like, babe, if I lose, then I'll retire. You know, because I got my title shot. If I've lost, I said, if I win, I said, you're out of your goddamn fucking mind. If I win, if I win the belt, I finally start earning some real money. You know, I said, you're out of your mind. And of course, you know, how many fights since then? Rockhold, Henderson, GSP, Gaslam. So four. Yeah, it's been great. It's been good. It's been better than I ever imagined. And then also, time to move on. Move on. I don't want to dwell on it too much. I just want to say thank you to
congratulations,
everybody.
dude, on the fucking career. It's amazing, and thank you for letting us be a part of this time.
Well, I told
career.
you, Luce, a long time ago I would break it on here. I said when the time comes, this would be the exclusive, and it is.
Well, look, I got to say, for years he was breaking stories on Ariel Helwani's fucking show.
I fucking wasn't.
Holy shit! How many scoops we gave to Ariel Helwani? I'm like, dude, we have a podcast, right?
No. But listen, here's the thing. I call him up, and Ariel, love him or hate him, I actually love him.
I think Ariel's great.
I think he's awesome. Yeah. He's a good interviewer, and he gets you going, he gets you talking, he gets things out of you. So I say things. I don't purposely think, oh, you know what, I'm going to break this on Helwani's show.
Right.
Fuck my own podcast. I go in there, I talk to him, I try and be entertaining, and I say things. I always say shit, say too much things. So that's that. Right, and the UK don't need me anymore anyway, because now they got a new kid on the block. They got a fucking, they got Darren Till. They got another superstar in the making.
And to be honest with you, with transitions like that, you don't need to fight. That was unbelievable.
That was seamless.
That was fine.
Seamless.
You need to just get into television production or something. That was incredible. Before we get into the Till Thompson fight, let's talk about one of our amazing sponsors, Dollar Shave Club. Michael Bisping, this is the best, dude. They're the razors at Dollar Shave Club are so good. I'm not even bullshit about this. My girlfriend personally went out and signed up for her own Dollar Shave Club membership and got the same razors that I got.
Yeah, well, I'll be honest. I haven't actually had a full-on clean shave in years, but that doesn't mean the neckline doesn't need touch, And I used a razor last week. Oh, so silky
smooth. Can I say this?
Please say it.
Your neckline looks delicious.
Why, thank you. I really appreciate that, Lewis. I'm not sure what to do with that information, but thanks, ? But away from that weird comment, Dollar Shave Club delivers everything you need to look, feel, and smell your best. You'll look and smell so good, even Lewis will be interested. You name it, shampoo, conditioner, body wash, toothpaste, hair gel, even a wipe that leave your tush feeling tingly clean.
I love it. I love those tissue wipes. And here's the thing, man. They deliver it right to your door. You don't have to go over to Target. You don't got to go to some crazy department store. You don't got to worry about checking out all the different competition out there. You have high-quality stuff delivered right to your door. They make it super, super easy. I'm going to tell you right now, you know what I love? They have the shave butter, okay? Ooh. I use the shave butter. Instead of shaving cream, look, here's the deal. Every time I shave my face, I put shaving cream on. What happens? I wash my face. I miss like 4 or 5 hairs. Got to go get the razor blade out again.
And you get that dry feeling as well afterwards.
Terrible.
I don't get that with their products.
Not at all. But with Dollar Shave Club, with the shave butter, it's clear. Goes on silky clear. Ooh. I can see the hairs coming off my face. Silky clear.
Do you know what I'm a big fan of? Well, I'm a huge fan. Not a big fan of their amber and lavender calming body cleanser. Seriously, I've never smelled anything like it. But you know what the good thing is? All of Dollar Shave Club's products are great and made with top shelf ingredients that won't break your budget, because I know you're broke, so it won't break your budget, Lewis.
That is very true. And here's the deal, okay? This is nice and simple. We're going to make this as easy as possible, okay? Clean up your bathroom and your morning routine. Join Dollar Shave Club today, right now.
$5.
$5. It's
$5.
It's nothing.
Just
okay?
$5.
Free shipping. You get the 6-blade executive razor plus trial sizes of the shave butter, body cleanser, and 1 wipe Charlie's. Then you keep the blades coming for a few bucks more per month. Nice and simple, okay? You have everything you need. The blades keep on coming in the mail. You never have to buy razor blades again. Get yours right now at dollarshaveclub.com/believe.
That's dollarshaveclub.com/believe.
And that's it.
And that is it, quite literally.
Let's get back into it.
Well, Should we talk about the
Yeah.
weekend's fights then? I guess that
Darren
seems like a segue.
Wins a close decision over Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, and somewhat controversial, I guess. It's controversial. If a fight's that close, it's a pick-em. I mean, you can't really. Nobody can be pissed off. You almost have to go like, don't leave it in the hands of the judges. What I took away, and Michael Bisping, please take over with the analysis here in a minute.
Absolutely, because I can't wait to hear the intelligent input you have.
Well, I think that Stephen Thompson, he seems to be fighting kind of safe fights. It's been a few fights now where he seems to have not pulled the trigger, and you kind of walk away from it going like, that kind of left a little bit of something to be desired is the best way to describe it. Because
Completely
that fight,
agree.
I was so excited for that fight, and then I kind of went like, it just wasn't the crazy fight that it could have been.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, Darren Till, that was a big event for him. That was designed to be a breakout event. Put him in his hometown against a big guy like Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. If he gets past him, it sets him up for stardom, sets him up for a shot at the title, all the rest of it. Problem with that is that you've got to beat Stephen Thompson, who's no walk in the park for fucking anybody. Now, when I was watching the fight on Fox, of course I picked Darren Till to win because he's English, and I always support the English, but deep down inside myself, I wasn't sure if he could get the job done because it is a big step up in competition. Now, the fight, it was a technical fight. It was very, very technical, At times, it kind of felt like a sparring match, but they had a lot of respect for one another. I admired what I saw. There was a lot of skill on display. The things they were doing, everything from Wonderboy was fantastic, but the problem is, you've got to fight at some point. I mean, as you said to your point about Wonderboy, his fights have been a little lackluster. I'm the biggest Stephen Wonderboy Thompson fan there is. I think it's incredible. Everything, what he does, how he carries himself, who he is outside of the octagon. I don't know if you saw that piece on Fox. He still drives the kids. He picks them up in that bus and takes them to karate school and drops them off again. It's incredible. It really is. And it speaks volumes about the character of the man. It does. So I'm a huge fan. Now, the fight was close. Till was pushing forward. Till was the aggressor. Till controlled the octagon. On the flip side, Wonderboy was backing off using excellent footwork, fantastic footwork, very, very fast, but he was backing up the whole time. Okay? One of the criteria of scoring is octagon control. Now, it looked to me like Wonderboy was landing more shots. That's what it looked like, but Till was pushing forward and was the aggressor. Either way, without going into it too much, either way, it was incredibly close. It was incredibly close. And in the 5th round, Till dropped him, came close to finishing the fight. And then at the end, this is just one example. At the end, there was like a 30-second period in the last round of a 5-round fight that is a big deal for both fighters. And Wonderboy didn't throw anything.
Yeah.
He didn't. I thought, come on, at least throw a kick,
10
throw a
seconds
spin.
where they stared
It's
at
like,
each
come
other.
on, for crying out loud. This is you've just been dropped. This is in the balance. Till had definitely won that round, and Wonderboy did nothing. So, controversial, no, that's not the right word. It was a close fight. You could make arguments for it going both ways. If Till had won, which he did, then great. If Wonderboy had won, great. You know what I mean? It could have gone either way. And when they're that close, it's not controversial. It's just how you see the fight.
Pull up the fight metric, by the way, Shannon. I just emailed it to you.
I had Till winning.
Yeah.
I had Till winning. But as I say, if Wonderboy would have got it, it would have been, all right, fair enough. I can see that as well.
Okay, so this is the actual fight metric. So, I mean, the fight metric shows Till... shows him winning 3 out of the 5 rounds, I guess, in terms of landing more shots. The fight metric is very weird in MMA because there's so many other things, right?
Well,
so it's like there's takedowns, there's takedown attempts, there's submission attempts, there's and there's also just significant strikes.
Yeah, I'm not
octagon control. They're not talking
I'm
about
not
it
even
all.
going to look at that because the strikes, the significant strikes that they talk about, what defines a significant strike, and who is pushing the button to say, yeah, that was a significant strike. You know what I'm saying? Because
what's the criteria for significant?
Exactly. No one can know. I mean, Jesus Christ, I came in here and I give Ralph Sutton a pretty fucking hard punch in the arm and he didn't feel a thing to prick. To me, that was a significant strike and Ralph just laughed it off.
He's never thought about it
You
again.
know what I mean? I'm pretty sure if I flicked Harrington in the face, it would feel like a significant strike to him.
It would ruin his life.
But to obviously fucking Ralph, who's He-Man by all accounts, it wouldn't feel like significant. So it's all, beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Can I tell you the way I always interpreted that term significant strikes.
Go on.
This was just, I never even thought about it, but this is the way my head has always interpreted it. Not like jabs or like
a solid right hand, like a power shot.
Yeah, power shots,
a hook,
something that really...
An uppercut or whatever.
Hook, uppercut.
Dude, you can knock somebody out with a jab.
We saw it over the weekend. It wasn't even the knockout, but he set him up.
Darren Stewart or one of the fights, somebody dropped him with a jab.
Dropped him with a jab, yeah, and then jumped on top of him.
Let me tell you, a good solid jab. Good solid jab, you can get a lot of power into it. Yeah, no, for sure.
I can.
So, excuse me, red stripe. Pardon me. I feel like Howard Stern up here, burping into the microphone.
Take another red stripe, Harry?
Yeah, I'll take another red stripe as well. Who are we kidding?
The quick definition, significant strikes refer to all strikes at distance and power strikes in the clinch and on the ground. It does not include small, short strikes in the clinch and on the ground. Those will be included in total strikes category. Why? This is one of the most fundamental statistics in the game. Okay, so there's an answer to it.
Yeah. It's a tricky one. It's not a clear-cut criteria, in my opinion, for scoring a fight.
Well, the whole judging system, just in general, now they changed the judging where I guess the 10-8 now they give it more loosely. I think the whole judging thing is still really fucking up for so much interpretation.
Yeah, the system's out of control, to be honest. But when you watch that fight, at the end of the day, it was a close fight. Now, 49-46, I'm not sure if I agree with that.
Yeah, one of the judges scored it.
But again, the thing is, when you look at a fight and you score it round by round, when they're that close, they have to pick somebody to win.
Yeah.
You know, so that's just the way it goes.
It's super close. And it depends on
I'll do the Coors Light, please. Thank you.
Well, it's also like, what do you...
I'm on a diet.
Perfect. Yeah. Well, what is more valuable to you? You know, a guy walking the other guy down, the other guy backing the other guy up, or one guy throwing a lot of shots that aren't landing, which you saw. So it's like, I don't know what's more valuable.
It seemed to me that Wonderboy was landing good counter strikes as Till was coming in. But he was backing up the whole time, and Darren was walking him down fearlessly and being the aggressor. Now, this is a sport, it's not a street fight. But let's just pretend it was a street fight for a second. Let's say we walk out of here and there's two guys get into an argument, right? And they start having a fight. And one guy's walking at the other guy saying, "Come on, you little bitch." And the other guy's backing up the whole time and actually running away at times. Spectators are going to look and think, that one guy is shitting his pants.
Cocking his leg.
Yeah.
Holding his leg up.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So from the layman's terms, and of course, this is sport, and there's skill, and there's tactics, and all the rest of it.
That's part of the sport, though. It's like drawing the line in the octagon and saying, "I'm going to go over the line and I'm going to back you the fuck up."
Certainly, at some point when it's that close, and you know it's close, and your cornerman knows it's close, in your mind, you're like, "Shit, this is a close fight."
Stop backing up.
In the fifth round, you got to say, "Well, fuck it. I'm either going to lose this fight or risk losing it, or I'm going to go for it." I didn't see that from Wonderboy, so he can't complain, and his fans can't complain.
Yeah.
I commend both fighters. Great fight. Well done. Hats off. And more importantly, congratulations, Darren Till.
Yeah. Good for him, man. He did miss weight, though. 3.5 pounds.
Oh, shit, there.
Which was, I guess there is this now, I guess somebody's tweeted me the statistic that everyone who's missed weight this year has won their fight.
Every person that's missed weight has won. And I think 6 out of 8, is it 8 people that have missed weight? Are you looking at stats? No. 6 out of 8 people have won by stoppage. So there is something to be said about that. Now,
your boy Romero.
I don't know. I can't be asked going through them all. We have the same manager, Wonderboy and I. Audie was there. Of course, he got 30% of his purse. So what? At the end of the day, the important part is winning the fight. On the history books, it will show, regardless of whether
nobody's going to remember.
No one's going to remember. No one's going to give a shit. That kind of goes back to my reason to retire. I wanted a retirement fight. I wanted that whole thing, put my gloves down in the octagon and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
And Audie said to me, he said, "Mike, why? You're going to risk your health even further, just so, your ego realistically can have that big moment, and no one's going to remember. No one's going to remember down the fucking line. And in a fight, if you miss weight, no one's going to remember down the line. Oh, yeah, but he missed weight, didn't he?
Yeah.
No.
And also, I don't really give a shit. 3.5 pounds. I'm an old school UFC fan, so the fact that 3.5 pounds in a fight means, nothing. In a street fight, in a UFC fight, what do you think?
Well, hold on.
3.5 pounds. You think that's a real advantage? If somebody's not cutting weight, I see that being an advantage.
That's not an advantage. The advantage is the circumstances surrounding the weight cut. What were they? And what I mean by that is, like, if you're the type of guy like most of us do in the UFC, you know, around my size, welterweights, middleweights, whatever, we cut roughly around 15 pounds the day before the weight cut. Doing that obviously takes its toll on the body. It's not easy for anybody. It's a process. It's a pain in the ass. It's stupid. We go to bed early every night. We follow a strict diet. We work out 2-3 times a day, whatever the camp is. And then we almost, literally almost kill ourselves the day before the fight. So it's so counterproductive, but still, that's what we do, right? And you have to, the science of rehydrating and, you know, getting all the nutrients and things and carbohydrate back into your body, building up your glycogen stores and all that type of stuff, you know, it's very difficult. And if you don't get it right, then it will affect you in the fight. So did Darren Till, this is the question, I'm not saying he did, by the way, but just to answer your question on whether or not a 3.5 pound deficit is an advantage, maybe, and I'm not saying he did, if somebody goes and they kill themselves and they can't cut any more weight, they just can't do it. They've been in the sauna, they've done this, and their body's just given up and said, no, that's it, then it's not an advantage. But if you just cut a few pounds and said, you know what, I'm not fucking putting myself through this.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna fuck it. I'll forfeit the 30%, the 20%, whatever.
Have you seen guys do that, though?
No, I haven't, but I'm saying.
I was fucking, who would ever do that?
But the thing is, the history books don't remember that stuff. And if you get a title shot on the back of it, and you can become the champion and make millions of fucking dollars down the line, I don't know what Darren Till's contract is, but he's relatively new.
Yeah.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's not that high. It's probably like $20,000, $30,000 to show, right? You know, it's probably not that high. So you maybe
he's probably got a better contract. He's like, I know they're trying to make a star out of him. So
he's probably on a better contract now. Well, in fact, I know exactly what he's on. So because he already told me, I know what that 30% is, which I'm not going to say. I don't know exactly what he's on, and he would have got a nice bonus of Dana White.
Yeah.
That's a fact. UFC do that. They're very generous like that. After that event, you've got to give Darren a bonus.
Yeah.
My point that I'm making is maybe you might think, well, fuck it, I'll sacrifice $10,000, $15,000 if I'm going to become #1 contender.
Now that you're retired, you
got
to write a book for young fighters on how to take advantage of the system.
You know, and then you end up making millions down the line. Is that all because I sacrificed $10,000?
You hear that, young guys? You hear that, young fighters? You got a couple times?
No, don't do that. Do what I did. Never miss weight. Be professional. Respect all your opponents. Don't swear at press conferences. Be on time. You know, that's what I do.
I know.
Always wear a suit.
You're a pro. You're a pro.
Professional, man. Come on.
So, the rest of the card, yada, yada, yada. Cool.
Oh, who cares?
So, Nick Diaz.
Yada, yada, yada. Listen, Lewis, we said we don't talk about them. Congrats. Hold on. Congratulations to all English fighters on the card at the weekend. Arnold Allen did fantastic. Darren Stewart did well. Listen, congrats to you all. We're not going to go through them all.
Do you really root for all the British fighters? Do you care about the...
Of course I fucking do.
That's crazy.
Of course I do.
That's crazy.
Of course I do. Of course I do. No, 100%, man. You know, that's where I'm from.
This is the difference between Americans and like other people. Other people have like nationalistic pride. Americans don't really have that.
Yeah, that's because...
We do a little bit, but...
Think about this, though. Because you have UFC almost every weekend or every other weekend, whatever, in America with tons of American fighters. It's an American-dominated sport. In the UK... There's only me that's been the champion. There's only a show every now and again.
Are you the only British champion ever?
Ever, baby. You know, Jesus Christ, no big deal. No. So there's a very small, you know, it's not at the level it is here in the UK. It's just not.
Yeah.
Acceptance is growing all the time, and we're working our way up. But still, so of course, you know, yeah, of course, you got to root for your own, Lewis, and shame on you. It's because
you think I was rooting
it's because
for,
you're Puerto Rican.
I was rooting for Jorge Rivera?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, you were.
El Conquistador? Who are the other
Fuck
Puerto
that
Rican
guy.
fighters? Who else have they got? Anybody else? That's
Yeah.
the only...
Jorge fucking Masvidal.
No, he's not Puerto Rican. He's Cuban.
Thank God. Oh,
Yeah.
hate those Cubans.
Jesus.
Hey. You know he's out there spreading the fucking the myth that I'm racist. I get so many like comments on Instagram.
You just said I hate Cubans and cracked a beer.
Yeah, but it was a Cuban beer.
Fucking Stone Cold Michael Bisping.
No, I don't hate Cubans at all. Come on. I don't hate anybody. It's a fucking joke. Jorge Masvidal and yo. Do you know what? Actually, I think I like Yo Romero, though. I think
Nave's
he's
giving
cool,
a fan?
man.
Nave giving a fan?
Yeah, I think so. I just
hats.
he's fucking hats, man.
He dresses cool. He's got that.
He's very cool. He's got a lot of swagger to him. You know what I mean? He's cool. Even in New York, when I was fighting GSP, in the hotel I walked through, and I had a little thing with Masvidal, and he was standing there leaning against the wall, and he did look cool, even though I gave him a middle finger. I was like,
He
hey,
looks
what's
cool.
up?
He's a fucking monster. He's got muscle on top of muscle.
I like that guy. I like watching him fight. I really do. But Masvidal's a cock.
Yeah, you got to be a fan of Romero in terms of if you're just like a fan of the sport.
Yeah, no,
you'd be
for sure.
lying to say like, oh, he's not a freak athlete that you don't want to watch fight.
Listen, like him, hate him, whatever it is. If you can't watch him and admire what you see, then you're a moron. You know, he's great to watch.
Any other Puerto Rican UFC fighters, Harrington? Eddie Alvarez.
Oh shit! All right.
Sí, señor. Eddie Alvarez. I can speak Spanish.
I'm impressed, Lewis. You are a cunning linguist.
Cunning linguist. What else can I say in Spanish? Can you speak Spanish at all?
Un poquito.
Un poquito.
So I have the same. This sounds very lardy now. We have the maid that comes in every Friday.
Oh no!
And when
Mike,
she comes in,
edit. Forget it. I don't even want to get in trouble. I don't want to hear any shit.
But I have the same like back and forth with her. She comes in every week. She has muchas gracias. She says, ¿Cómo está? She says that, and it says, you say mucho cansada, which means tired. And then I thought, okay. And then I walk off, and that's it every week. Muchas gracias.
I love how you're
¿Cómo está? Mucho cansado. Okay, and then walk off.
Poor maid is so tired, and she tells you every week, and you go, cool.
Yeah, because it's the only thing that un vaso de agua, por favor.
I also got to be honest
I'll take
with
a
you.
glass of water.
I don't want to hear that my maid is tired. Lady.
No, she's not tired.
Tell it to your kids.
She's not tired. Trust me. She ain't tired. There used to be one maid. Now there's a team of them, and they're fucking in and out quick.
Really?
And they charge more. Yeah, they don't do a very good job. God bless them.
You got a big house, though.
It's okay.
I would make your wife. What does your wife? You should make your wife clean. You have a maid? That's fucking crazy.
Don't get me started.
That's crazy.
She doesn't iron my shirts either.
What the fuck is she doing?
Listen, this is what I joke. This is what I say to her. This is what I say to her. No. Listen. This is what I say to her. This is the laugh that I hear from Harrington in the background a lot. I love it. I you know, like if we're having a little argument, I'm saying, oh, sorry, babe, you got a real hard life, haven't you? It's really hard going down to the ATM and getting cash to pay the maids. You're so busy, you know. Oh, and you've got to pick clothes up from the people that iron them. Oh, okay. And you've got to order the dinner on DoorDash. Fuck, your thumbs must be so tired. And I'm joking. Babe, love you. My wife is amazing. She's a saint.
No,
she puts up with me, and I'm joking. But
your wife is awesome, and she's fucking
the best.
super sweet, and she's beautiful, but she does not clean or cook, and that's a problem.
No, she cooks.
She cooks. Sorry.
She does
clean.
cook, but she, you know, maybe not as much these days.
Is she a good cook?
She's a great cook.
Yeah.
Fantastic. She cooks with love. But she, she's not a fan of cleaning the house.
All right.
No, she does. She does do a lot of housework. She does. But it is a big house. Then once a week, they come in and blitz it. They give it a good old-fashioned good blitzing, you know what I mean?
She straightens up.
Listen, I've worked my ass off, Lewis, okay? And I like my wife to enjoy herself.
That's
you know?
true.
So there you go.
Well, good for you. I'm jealous. I have a maid because I don't have a wife. I don't have a maid. I have a cleaning
Harrington?
lady. My cleaning lady, Michael Harrington. I have a lady that comes in every 2 weeks and does all like the deep.
Oh, so there you go. So you're busting my balls.
I don't have a wife. If I give my wife a fucking
wife is not
mansion,
a slave, Lewis.
If I give my wife a mansion in Orange County, you better fucking believe it. She'd be on her hands and knees every day doing something.
There's a lot of cleaning. And it's not a mansion. I love the myth that you're trying to perpetuate.
It's like a 60% mansion.
Yeah, it's not a bad place to live.
Pretty big fucking place.
If anyone wants to buy it, you're welcome to it.
You want to move to LA?
I'm moving to Santa Monica.
Are you really? Santa Monica?
Santa Monica somewhere. I mean, listen, if I can afford it, it's a beautiful place. But yeah, that's where we're looking. Santa Monica. We drove around there at the weekend. Ah, we love it, man. We love it.
All right, really quick, let's talk about one of our great sponsors, which is BetDSI, BetDSI.com. One of the best websites in the world to go gamble.
Absolutely, 100%. You know, if you listen to the show, you know it. BetDSI.com. Go to the website. Anything you want to bet on, for the most part, they will cover. Of course, this is an MMA show. We've got the World Cup coming up. There's the NBA Finals, all kinds of stuff. If you want to bet, if you want to enjoy the sporting event more, go to BetDSI.com. Use the promo code ME25. And what happens, Lewis? If you use the promo code ME25, what do you get for free?
We give you a goddamn free $25. That's free.
Wow.
Free.
$25.
Can I explain something? Because you may not like to gamble. Maybe you're a nice person. Maybe you have a loving family and you know both your parents and you don't need drugs, alcohol, or gambling to feel something like we do. Okay? Maybe that's your life. Okay? I will tell you right now, it's a free $25. You will never enjoy a sport like
Tell
you
me
will
one
enjoy
more
it.
other place you can get $25 for free right now. Think of
Nowhere.
one.
I don't.
Nowhere.
Free $25. Where can you get it? Shannon's purse? Probably not.
No.
She's
no.
poor and underpaid.
Definitely not of my mom.
Definitely not at all.
So, promo code ME25. You get $25 just for registering. And on top of that, if you want to bet and put some money down, they will make a 200% bonus match.
That means 3 times your money. Put down $100. How much is that, Michael Bisping?
300.
Put down $160. How much is that, Michael Bisping?
480. Ask me another. I like this.
You put down $710. How much is that?
2,030.
2,130.
2,130. That's what I meant.
Stupid.
No, but I did. Come on, 2,000.
Stupid,
Ask
Michael
me
Bisping.
one more.
200% play match bonus. Free $25. Use the promo code ME25. It's BetDSI.com. We love them. You should love them too.
You know the one. They've been around forever. Built a history on fast, reliable, quick payouts. Check them out. Won't be disappointed.
All right, let's get back into it. All right, let's talk about Nick Diaz.
Oh, dear.
We got to talk about it, man. It's big fucking news, Michael Bisping.
It
We're not
is.
ignoring it.
Okay.
We're not ignoring it.
Explain to the viewers what has happened.
Nick
Read it off
Diaz.
your laptop. Read an article, not from MMA, but read an article, or don't read it. Summarize. Tell the people
I'll
what
summarize
happened.
what I fucking know already.
Because I don't want to say anything out of turn. I like Nick Diaz. I think hold on. Let me preface this with, I haven't seen Nick Diaz to be, is that for me? Fucking hell, I've got so much liquid here. I've got a Monster, I've got 2 beers, I've got a smart water, and a coffee. Hey, never let it be said that you guys don't keep me hydrated. Thank you. I want to preface this with, I haven't hung around with Nick Diaz a terrible amount, but I don't think he's a violent person. Of course, he fights in the UFC, but, come on, at his age, if he was out there getting into fights all the time and beating women up, I think we would have seen it by now. But anyway, Lewis, the floor is yours.
Well, I mean, look, he's been known to, here's the Diaz brothers. These are guys that if you get in their face, if you're a dude and you're a fighter and you guys are backstage or at a press conference, he might smack you in the face. Him and his brothers and his teammates.
Oh,
they're those
in
guys.
that environment, for sure. Absolutely.
But he's a 30-something-year-old man, and I think the point you're making is that we've never heard about something like this before. So,
that doesn't mean it's not true. Okay, for all the Me Too, time's up, fucking. Never mind that. Beating women up isn't fucking cool. So let me just say that. I'm totally against it. I think it's absolutely fucking disgusting. I've never raised a single finger to a woman in my life. I witnessed a lot of that when I was a kid, and I'm not into it at all. But there's 2 sides to every story.
Of course.
So what happened, Lewis?
Well, let's get into details about this, but let me make the point that let me piggyback onto what you were just saying there, though. It's like, as a fan of Nick Diaz, and I know you are as well, I would like to give him the benefit of the doubt and hope that there's more to the story than Nick Diaz just abusing a woman, right? Because he was arrested on domestic abuse charges in Las Vegas, right? And what I know of the story is it was like 7 or 8 o'clock at night. The cops come. He resisted arrest apparently.
7 or 8 p.m.
Yeah.
So you're not that fucked up by that stage.
Yeah, it's not like 4 in the morning.
Unless you're still on it from the night before.
It's really
I've heard that some people do that. I mean, I've never done that, but, I hear that sometimes people go all night and they carry on into the next day.
And then they show up at a press conference.
Yeah.
And, for the biggest fight of their career.
I blame my manager for that one.
So
That press conference was gold. I'll just say, Dana, when I did that press conference, fucking all the UFC were freaking out because I turned up and I was a little intoxicated, and everyone was like, Mike, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay? Like all the staff. I'm getting out of the car and I am a little wobbling. Like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, I'm fucking okay. Like, are you drunk? I'm like, no, I'm hungover, but I'm not drunk. Okay? And like, well, Dana said if you're drunk, you can't get on stage. I said, fucking don't worry about it. And anyway, I get on stage, do my thing, and then afterwards, I went over to Dana, and Dana was like, that was awesome. He said
great.
You're a fucking asshole, but that was awesome.
That's
So
great.
anyway, whatever, carry on.
Yeah, it seems like Dana's that type of guy where high risk, high reward. You can take the shot, but if you fuck up, you're gonna fuck up bad. But if you nail the shot, you want it. But yeah, apparently Nick. So this is more. Diaz has been charged with felony domestic battery by strangulation as well as misdemeanor domestic battery for the alleged incident. So yeah, this is at 7:20 p.m. A person with knowledge of the case told MMA Junkie that 12 units were dispatched to the scene. The alleged victim was transported to a local hospital, and Diaz was combative with officers during his arrest. Diaz's bail was set at $18,000. He remained in custody, but that's as of then. I saw that he got out and showed his elbow. His elbow was fucked up.
Did you see that? You see his elbow?
Yeah, pull up his elbow.
Can we pull that up?
Harrington, do you have more information on this? You seem to be twitching over there.
Let me tell you about the elbow. I'll tell you a story. Yeah, so he's showing some kind of infection in his elbow years ago, a long time ago. I went down to London, and I may have got into an altercation with some doorman, and I came to on a train. As it turns out, I was on the wrong train, but that's another fucking story. I ended up in the wrong place. Anyway, I finally get home, and my elbow is all swollen up, much like Diaz's, but worse. And then I'm like, Jesus. In fact, there's still a bit of a scar or whatever there. Anyway, I look at the mirror in my hallway, and I'm like, and I'm bending my arm because I'm trying to see, like, the bit. And as I'm bending it, let's say that the mirror is Harrington's face. I'm like this, and literally... for about 20 seconds bouncing off the mirror.
Ew.
It was fucking disgusting. The grossest thing you've ever seen in your life. Much like Diaz's elbow, which was dripping, but mine was
Yeah.
even more intense.
This is up here, right here. Yeah, dripping with like pus. So what happens? Well, here's what happens. This is what happens. I remember when you're a kid, you scrape your elbow, you get a scab, you don't clean it. It's just from him being in jail over the
Exactly.
weekend. He didn't clean his elbow, right?
Yeah.
So that's why it's all infected now.
Exactly.
He probably got into a scuffle, went on the ground. Look, I don't know what happened. Okay. Apparently, people are talking about it being some crazy broad.
Yeah. All right. I don't know anything about the situation, but somebody that I know, a third party that remains nameless, seems to know a little bit more about the situation. Wasn't a witness, but knows Diaz better than I do, and apparently knows the lady in question. And apparently there's some history there, maybe a bit of a crazy stalker fan or something. If I'm getting it wrong, I apologize. As I said, that's a third-party story.
Yeah.
Could be total bullshit. I'm not excusing anything, but I'm just saying the MMA world shouldn't be so quick to condemn someone. If he has done that, then shame on him. And he deserves everything that's coming to him. But he could be completely innocent because there's some crazy people out there that talk shit.
It's a weird thing.
Especially because he's famous as well.
Yeah.
And, cha-ching, baby.
Obviously, and he's famous enough that if he's exonerated, he'll be fine. He'll be fine. He'll be invited back into the UFC. UFC actually, they weirdly are one of the only companies out there in entertainment that if you're accused of something, they still go, yeah, we're gonna wait till the facts come out.
Yeah.
That's their public stance. Every other company will just fucking fire you. They go, you've been accused of something, boom, we're going to remove you from this, and that's that. And then you have to kind of build yourself up after the fact. The UFC, at the very least, with their stars. What happened?
Wow. I just got a text message.
Okay.
Darren Till wants us to call him.
Really?
Shannon, I'm going to send you a number. Yeah, he said, give me a call, mate. I'm happy to talk about the fight of the weekend.
That's insane, dude.
Wow.
Darren Till.
Okay. Big ups, Darren Till.
Darren Till,
I just sent you a number, Shannon. Not that you were boring me with that, Lewis. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
but
it's okay. It was.
the man of the moment just texts me and he's like,
It's a way bigger deal.
wow,
It's a way
crazy.
bigger deal, to be honest with you. That's really awesome, guys. We had talked to earlier in the show about him possibly being able to call in, and you said a 10 to 20% chance that it was going to happen. So the fact that he's taking his time on a holiday weekend after the biggest fight of
It's
his
not a
career.
holiday in England. Well, it's a bank holiday Monday.
Is today a bank holiday?
It's a
in
bank
England?
holiday Monday. It is not. No, it's not Memorial Day in England.
What is the big start of the summer in England? Is there a special holiday?
Say again.
Is there a special holiday that's like the start of the summer?
Of course, you guys, you do it to remember the fallen military, which is amazing. I commend the United States for that. It's incredible. We have Remembrance Day, of course, the 11th of the 11th. I think you guys also share that, correct?
No.
The 11th of the 11th, the 11th day of the 11th month.
November 11th?
November 11th.
No.
Remembrance Day. You
No.
guys call it something. You guys call it Veterans Day?
Veterans Day is at the end of the summer, and
Just put in the 11th of the 11th.
that's not a holiday in our fucking country, Mike.
No, the 11th of the 11th is Veterans Day. Is that
Thank
what you're
you.
talking about? Yeah, the 11th
Thank
of the
you.
11th.
Shannon, the voice of reason, as ever.
It's Veterans
These-
Day. It's my sister's birthday.
November 11th is not
These
Veterans Day.
buffoons that I have to deal
Do you want
with.
to make a bet before I look it up?
Yeah, sure.
Lewis,
Make a bet, Lewis.
$50.
Labor
no,
Day.
okay.
Okay, fuck off.
It's Veterans Day.
Oh.
God damn it, I hate when Shannon's right. Shannon, you win. Good on the Shannon cam for the fans. Give him a little bit of
Congratulations, Shannon. $50, I do believe he owes you.
love. Shannon, do a little dance for him.
$50.
Give a little kissy
You know,
face.
I'll say this, Shannon. You're very popular in the YouTube comment section.
Yeah.
If you're ever
More
scoured
popular
those.
than me.
Yeah, I know. Hey, everybody listening. I see some fucking nasty comments, Lewis, about you.
know what it
I
is?
see some good ones.
There's some great ones.
There's some nice ones. There's some good ones.
Can I tell you what it is? Anybody who hears me for the first time on a show, they're going to hate me every single time. But by the fourth or fifth time of them hearing me, they will fall in love with me every single time. I'm a slow burn. You know, I'm like beer. Remember the first time you tasted a beer, Michael Bisping? You're like, this isn't good. I don't want any more
It's
of this.
the best.
But now you're like, I need beer at all times. Anytime I'm doing anything, a beer makes it better. And that's the way I am on podcasts.
Yeah, do you know, I'm still not drinking these days, even though I've had
You
two.
just had 2 beers in front of me.
No, that isn't me drinking.
You're a liar.
No, I'm not a liar. I'm not a liar. Seriously, I'm not drinking because
You just had 2 beers in front of me.
you think that quantifies drinking?
Yes.
Having 2 fucking beers? No, I'm talking about like the Michael Bisping style drinking where I drink far
You're
too
not
much and
getting
I
it
get
that
fat.
fucking
You're having a beer. I'm going to be social. Like I have people at my house. Yeah, I'll have a beer with you. I'm talking about I'm not religiously drinking every night of the fucking week and getting half pissed on the couch like I do.
You've also
or
said
like
this.
I did. You know what I mean?
You've said this.
Yeah, I'm not.
a dozen times on this
You
show.
got it. You got it, Shannon.
Send me the wrong one.
Jesus Christ, what is going on? Darren Tilley's going to be very pissed when he sees this.
Yeah, it's very unprofessional. I guarantee you, Errol Hawani
Share
just had that
contact.
number.
Yeah.
Message.
You're sending me the contact of the other person we were supposed to call.
This guy?
That's who you're sending me.
That's who you got to call.
I
Yeah,
thought you meant Darren Till. I thought
yeah, that is Darren Till.
That is Darren Till.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was looking at something else. I'm sorry. I'm
Jesus
stupid.
Christ. They just spell it differently in England.
No, I was looking at last week's text. I'm stupid.
Listen. She's brain dead. Michael Bisping.
I am. I'm sorry.
Anyway, so while we wait for him
It's fine.
or her,
I love her.
wait.
I love her. She's fucking, but she's. All right, let's before we bring on Till, because let's just wrap this Nick Diaz thing up. Look,
yeah, go ahead.
I don't know what the fuck happened there. I'm just saying, like, hopefully he's exonerated. I really hope so, because I am a big Diaz fan, and it would be really, really unfortunate to let a woman get to you that bad that it would ruin your career.
Yeah, no.
Because I've dealt with so many crazy bitches in my life.
Yeah.
Where it's like,
hey,
and
hey, we don't use the bitch word, Lewis.
Look,
Jesus Christ.
I would never justify hitting a woman. I would never say, I'm the type of guy that,
I've been smacked in the face. I've been hit off
1,000 times.
really fucking hard.
1,000 times.
And I'm like, listen, oh, you want real fucking equality? Do you really want equality?
Well,
I've had women like, I mean, I'm talking when I was younger, you know, of course, when I was younger. God, this ex-girlfriend of mine when I was a kid, she was a fucking psycho, man. She beat the shit out of me, proper punching me in the face with rings on and all sorts.
Spitting, scratching,
and I just sat there and didn't do a damn thing.
Yeah.
We were on a bus. It was like a 10-mile bus ride, and she just punched the fuck out of me. I was like, oh, it's kind of embarrassing.
Yeah, I've had that happen 100 times. Look, dude, it's me. I've had every girlfriend I've ever had in my entire life has hit me at one point. It's definitely my fault, and I would never say that a man should ever hit a woman. I'm the type of guy, if I see a man striking a woman
At
or
what
grabbing,
point can you punch a woman?
well, let me say this: if I see a man grabbing a woman in the street and like I'll step in and say, "What the fuck you doing? Back up," and break it up. But at the same time, you see those videos, they're weirdly satisfying where it's like a compilation of a girl like hitting a guy and then he snaps. In fact, you can pull one of those up, Shannon. They're out there. It's do like compilation.
Hey. At what point do you hit your son?
I don't think I'm ever.
No, I'm joking. I just had a picture of my son sent in, a video. Where's the camera? Let me hold this up to the camera. Here's my son. Hold on. Is it this one?
Yeah.
Yeah, lower. Yeah.
Swatting it in his bloody pink dressing gown. Hey, God bless him. God bless him. It's a little weird. He needs to toughen up. All right, can we get Darren Till on the phone?
Yes,
Should we give him a
I'll
call?
hit the call right now.
Okay.
There we go. Beautiful.
He's
Oh, give me 1 sec. Sorry.
He's.
Well, anyway.
Yeah, don't hit women.
2 seconds.
I tweeted out, just joking. I was like,
Never hit a woman.
I've never
hit a woman in my life, and I never will.
Yeah, neither have I. But if you do hit him,
Why did you laugh then, Harrington? You looked at Lewis as if to say, "Oh, what about that one time?
Harrington hits women. That's
What
why.
about a slap?"
No. You're a Sean Connery.
No. I'm trying to get it out. Have you ever slapped a woman, Lewis?
No, nothing.
Like a good step on her toe.
Dude, I haven't.
But those Marcos Hughes foot stomps, they're lethal.
He didn't answer, Mike.
Jesus Christ, Darren.
He's partying too much. He's celebrating.
Oh, he's calling back.
Oh, he's calling back. Here we go.
Does that work for us?
Yeah, let's see.
Hello?
Can we turn him up a bit? Is that Darren?
Hello, lad. How you doing, kid?
Can we? I can hardly hear him, Shannon. Can we?
Yeah, give us some volume.
Hold on 1 second, Darren. Sorry, mate. Are you there, pal?
I'm fucking here, mate. I can fucking hear you.
All right, mate. Yeah, nice one. Nice. Hey, we just want to say well done at the weekend.
Oh, thank you, kid. Except for I fucking hear a fucking echo. I can hear an echo like fucking Echo Arena, kid.
Oh, you can hear an echo. What about now? Is that better?
Let me talk. Okay, that's fucking better, lad.
Well, you're on the phone with me and Luis J. Gomez. I got to say, Darren, it was a close fight at the weekend. How do you feel about the fight afterwards, about the result?
I don't. To be fair, kid, I don't fucking care. I don't fucking care how fucking close, I mean, 50% is going to say it's fucking, fucking Wonder Boy, and 50% is going to say it's me. I fucking came and I fucking won. I fucking got the decision, kid.
Now, was getting the decision enough for you, though? Because, there was so much talk going into this fight about how explosive it was going to be. This is going to be the fight of the year. A lot of people, afterwards are kind of talking about it was a little bit lackluster. It seemed like you guys weren't pulling the trigger.
Listen, lad. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what anyone says, kid. It was a fucking chess match, and that's what I fucking said it was going to be. And let me tell you something, fucking kid. Lower your fucking voice, because I fucking had some bevies last night, kid. I fucking got at the fucking after party, and I fucking champers, fucking Lambrini. I'm fucking knackered, kid. So don't fucking scream at me, kid. Now.
Hey, listen. I gotta say, on Fox Sports, you use the word cunts. That's not allowed, Darren.
Listen, kid. I had me whole fucking city there. I fucking talk to me fucking lads how I fucking talk to them, and we're in fucking Liverpool, and it is what it is, kid. And right now, kid, it's like all I fucking care about is having me fucking roast beef from the fucking calf lamb.
Now, how important was it for you to fight in Liverpool and fight in front of that hometown crowd. Was that something that you'd always dreamed about doing in the UFC?
I fucking dreamed it, kid, and I fucking envisioned it, and I fucking made it happen, kid. You know, I it was fucking electric, and I fucking had chills the whole time, kid.
All right, mate. Look, listen, fucking Darren, you're doing my fucking head in right. I don't even think it's fucking Darren Tills to get off the phone. All right, mate. Listen, I know the Renato Laranja. I know Renato's there, mate, so fucking get him on. All right, kid?
Hold on, kid. Let me tell you something. I don't want to hear any fucking shit from a fucking woolly back from fucking wherever the fuck you're from, fucking Witness or whatever the fuck you're from, kid.
That's what they call people where I'm from.
Woolybacks.
Scousers call us woolybacks.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Something to do with sheep.
So I don't want to fucking hear about your fucking mank.
Hey,
Okay.
Do me a favour, Darren. Fuck off and go and get Renato Laranja.
I'll fucking get him now, but let me, and one more fucking thing about Renato. I didn't give him the fucking credit he fucking deserved, and I fucking got a lot of fucking inspiration from that kid. He's fucking sound, sound lad, fucking Renato Laranja.
All right, get Renato.
But anyway, kid, I'm gonna fucking get back to me fucking fans and me fucking roast beef, me fucking half lamb, and fuck off, kid. And your fucking show is a bunch of fucking cunts. Fucking cow, man.
Okay, well, thank you, Darren.
Thank you, Darren Till, guys.
Can we speak to 27-time Jiu-Jitsu world champion Renato Laranja? Everybody might know him from, the Renato Laranja show or Joe Rogan or just being just Jiu-Jitsu master. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I guess, where, is Darren still here?
No, he's
Is
gone.
Darren clicked off yet?
Yeah, he's clicked off. He's gone.
Fuck. I wanted to congratulate that guy. But anyway, I'll call him later. I maybe call on WhatsApp or something like that. But I thought maybe it was going to be a free call. I thought I could get a free call out of it because you guys is, paying for that one. But yeah, how you doing, my brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good. What's going on with you? Luis Gomez, welcome to the podcast, by the way. Just saying, he knows you from that video where you were trying to start a fight with Joe Rogan long time ago in a gym. What's new with you?
I didn't start a fight necessarily with Joe Rogan. We used to train together, and I was trying to educate that guy. But anyway, yeah. And you talk about the Renato Laranja show, and you talk about Joe Rogan and all that kind of stuff. But just like yourself, you're not the only one who have a podcast here, my brother. I got the Vale Tudo Hour with Renato Laranja, so let's not forget about that.
Yeah, now that's a big thing now. In Brazil, podcasting isn't a huge medium, right? This is probably a pretty new thing.
Why you mean medium? My fucking podcast is huge. It's large. It's big, that medium. You're talking about medium. I never do nothing medium, my brother.
Apart from the penis size.
What I mean is...
Let's not talk about penis size, Michael Bisping.
What I mean by medium, I mean it's the new type of platform, a new, like there's radio, there's television. In Brazil, I know it's a very poor country. Do people even have things like iTunes?
It's a very new form of art form. Okay, yeah, you guys you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
That's also probably true. This is why I'm on this show. So I mean, do you have a lot of fans? How many people are listening to your show?
A lot of fucking people is listening, and I don't have the numbers right here. Okay, I'm an artiste. I don't deal with that stuff. That's for the IT guy.
What's the best thing about living in America, Renato?
I like personally. I like punching. And another stuff I like is that a lot of the demons from the past that a lot of my kids and a lot of people that I like to break ties with and stuff in Brazil, they can't find me over here. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, okay, all right. So
on New Year's Eve, Old Lang Syne, should all the acquaintance be forgot? And that's how I kind of feel about some of the baby mama and some of the kids who's always looking for a handout and stuff like that.
Looking for a handout.
That's true. That is nice. So you have a bunch of, how many kids do you have back in Brazil?
Hey, look, let's edit this fucking part out. I don't want to talk. God, are you?
Well, no, but here's the thing.
On the negative.
Here's the thing, though. Are you a little bit worried, though, because now you're doing this podcast, you know, you're getting out there, you're blowing up, you're bigger on YouTube, you have a lot of fans now. Aren't you afraid now you're going to be easier to find for these, you know, family members?
Nobody listened to this podcast anyway. Don't worry about it.
That's true.
So, Renato, you had the Renato Laranja show. You got the Valetudo Hour. You got the podcast. What's going on with you lately, my friend? Anything you want to promote or talk about?
Oh God, I'm gonna do I'm gonna be an MC at a big event called the High Haulers tournament, jiu-jitsu tournament, and it's kind of a, you know, because they just made weed legal in California, so we're doing a tournament where instead of a big prize money, it's like you win pounds of marijuana, natural medicine. So I'm doing the stops, and it, you know, B Hill from Cypress Hill have something to do with it, and you got Nick Diaz going to be there signing autograph and smoking weed or whatever the fuck he's doing, and then you're going to have me doing all kinds of shit. There's going to be Jeff Glavey versus some other guys I can't remember, but it's going to be a big extravaganza, and it's take place on June 10th. You can follow on my Instagram for information, which is Renato_Laranja, okay? And maybe when you do this podcast, you can put in the liner notes or whatever the fuck you can, you know, shoot people with that one.
We'll definitely do that. Let me ask you a question, because Renato, you're such a legend in the world of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah.
But why have you never made the transition to MMA?
Well, you know, here's the point. That's funny that you said that, because it also when I was made my bones in Vale Tudo, it was before all this stuff blew up. Most of my match never even was recorded. And a lot of the stuff, you know, you have people trying to bury my legacy, because I've also had some problem with some people high up. I don't want to talk about that now, but let's just say people who know, you know, in Brazil in the old days and stuff like that, people know about Renato Laranja, and I was one of the fucking pioneers of the
So
sport.
kind of like Hicks and Gracie, like he's undefeated on the streets, that, you know, but people don't know about that. So you're kind of up there with Hicks and Gracie, correct?
I'm up there with all the guys, you know, and all you have to do is ask some of the guys from the old days, you know, who was the man back then, who was the best, you know,
okay.
of the time, you know.
All right, well, listen, no, it's great to have you. Can I just have another quick word with Darren? Can you get him back on a second?
You have to click.
Just get Darren on the phone, Renato. Stop fucking about and get Darren on the phone. Okay, I know he's there.
You want Darren? Oh, I don't know. Let me see if he can come on here. What the fuck, la? What you fucking want, kid?
Darren, did you know that I retired officially today on the podcast?
I fucking thought you retired a long fucking time ago, kid.
How do you think a fight would go down between me and you? Darren, a fight between me and you, how do you think that would go down?
I'll fucking put your other eye out. like fucking Georgie Porgy pudding pie, kid. He fucking stuck his finger in the fucking pie and fucking stuck it in his eye, kid.
Well, on that note, we'll say go fuck yourself. Hey, Renato, Darren, thank you for calling in. We've got to do this again. Renato Laranja is the man. Check it all out. Podcast Vale 2 Hour, Tudo Hour, whatever it is. Renato, Darren, adios, amigos.
Boss, that kid, boss. Thank you, my brother. And then also, you know, ciao. And now you have no fucking excuse not to duck me for my podcast. You gotta came on there because I'm gonna guilt trip you for.
Oh no, don't worry about it. And do me a favor, say hi to or give me a porra caralho to Vinny Magalesh, please.
Oh, fuck. Don't bring it. You turn this into a negative, whole fucking negative direction. If I can't get to you, if you ignore my calls for the fucking Village Hour, I'm not going to just go to you. I'm going to get through you.
I don't know. I think we're losing you, Renato. Oh, fuck. Yeah. That was crazy. We had Renato Laranja and Darren Till in this. I thought they were on separate phone calls, but
it's a legendary day on the show.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Darren Till calling in. How about that?
Pretty incredible. Pretty incredible.
We were going to call my old man. He was at the fight. Should we see what his take was?
Yeah, sure. Whoa.
Oh, is it
I'll
bad?
fix that all after. Don't worry.
Oh, don't worry
That's
about
all right.
it.
That
Don't
wasn't
worry
that
about
bad.
it. Oh, yeah, Renato Laranja. If you know
the
anything
podcast.
about him, go on.
Yeah, is the Valet Tudo hour, and it is Renato Laranja, Renato_Laranja. That's RENATO_LARANJA on Twitter.
He's a funny guy.
He's great.
He is a
Very
funny
funny.
guy. He's just texting me now. Yeah. Shannon, let's call my dad up.
Yeah. give me
I'll
one
send you that. Yeah, so my dad was there. He was ringside.
That's awesome.
A lot of people, when we did that episode, we got a lot of positive comments about my dad.
You
saying
does,
get him
man.
back on the show. So we'll do that right now. I feel like this is turning into the MMA hour. Phone call after phone call. We've had Darren Till. We've had Renato. Now we've got my dad on the
Look,
line.
dude, if I didn't have a personality, I'd have to do interviews all day long, too.
Jeez. We'll start doing this a bit more often when I come into New York.
Yeah, we're going to start doing it more often
Now,
in
I'm going
general.
to be here once a month from now on.
Yeah.
Hiya.
Dad.
Yes, mate.
Hello, mate. How you doing? You live on the podcast with me and Lewis.
Nice one. How you both?
Good. What's going on, Jan? How are you, buddy?
I'm good. Just recovering from last night.
Yeah. So obviously you were there. It looked like good tickets I got you there, Dad. You looked like you were ringside.
4 rows back.
Oh well, I do apologise. Sorry you weren't front row.
No, they're good seats.
You know, Dad, last time you came on, tons of people were messaging saying, got to get you back on, so that's why we thought we'd give you a call. We were talking about the main event, Dad. A lot of people think it was controversial. Tell us your thoughts. Who do you think won? How did the fight go? Just give us your general thoughts.
I thought Till won it, purely through optimal control. There wasn't a lot of action until the end of the 5th round, when Till won the boy down. I don't know. It's some people might think it's controversial, but I think it was a fair result.
Yeah. What about like the? I almost feel like there's the controversy there is that one of the judges gave it to Till 49-46. And Mike, you could chime in on this as well. Do you think that judges, like from certain countries, are actually biased toward the fighters from that country?
Well, no, there's all 3 judges weren't from the UK last night.
Oh, really?
Yeah, exactly. It's like that when I fought Matt Hamill. Everyone, I mean, that was a close fight and controversial in a lot of people's opinions. Everyone was like, "Oh, these English judges." There's 3 judges.
Yeah.
The only judge from England gave it to Matt Hamill.
Yeah.
The other 2 judges were American.
And the other 2 judges were deaf. So.
And that English judge is a dick. I can say that now because I'm not. I officially retired on the show, Dad.
All right.
Oh, all right. Okay. Is that I don't really give a fuck.
We had a fucking touching moment like a bunch of queers.
My dad just goes, right, okay, very good. Moving on. No? Nothing, Dad?
Yeah, no. The rest of the card was pretty mediocre.
He's like, we'll just move on. We'll just move on. He said, Dad, I gave the best part of my life to being a professional fighter and I've retired. Have you not got like some heartwarming message for the fans?
It's a big deal.
Well, you were more or less retired anyway, so if you make your mind up to make it official, I'll go along with you.
No, nice one, Dad. I know. Listen, Lewis is going to ask you something. I need a real quick pee. Go on.
Yeah, go pee. It's fine. All right. Hi, Jan. It's Lewis. Your son's going to take a piss. So, yeah, all right. So, yeah, no, he did retire. It is interesting, though. I mean, is that something he was saying before that none of his family members or his coaches or anybody, they were all saying, hey, it's time to kind of hang it up. Did you have that same feeling as well?
I did. He's not getting any younger. There's a new breed of fighter coming through. He's had his time. He's had a wonderful ride. Time to hang the gloves up and go to the next chapter in his life. And, I support him 100%. I always have.
Yeah, he also told me earlier today that his wife does not clean. They have a maid.
No, Becky keeps her house immaculate.
Immaculately, beautifully. All right, so yeah, I mean, the rest of the card was, somewhat lackluster. Nobody really gave a shit about that. But Mike was talking earlier on about how, the UFC only comes to England a couple times a year at the most. Do you make it out to, every time they're in your area, do you make it out to the fights?
I do my best. I think I've only missed 2 in the UK since he first came. So, yeah, pretty much I try to make him to them all.
And would you end up? Could you see yourself being an MMA fan if your son didn't fight? Would you ever gotten into this sport, or is that something? Would you have never gone down that path?
I'm a boxing fan, so the odds are, I probably would have become an MMA fan if the UFC had. You can't say whether they would have expanded into Europe or not. Michael had a lot to do with that. I don't know. I would have been. Yeah, I would have been. Yeah, it's good sport.
Hey, Dad, how you doing? Everyone was raving about the atmosphere in Liverpool last night, and across the TV, it sounded, it sounded pretty epic. How was it being there?
The atmosphere when Kill came out was absolutely amazing. Nearly as good as when you fought in Manchester or London.
Nearly. Dad,
nearly,
I didn't even prep you on that, but you gave the perfect answer. The perfect answer.
But earlier on, it seemed a bit lackluster. I think maybe because most of the people didn't know most of the fighters.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, it's always hard on those European cards, you know what I mean? Because obviously it's not pay-per-view, and they've got to try and build local stars. So they had some guys on there like Arnold Allen that's been on there a few times, but a lot of the guys were still up-and-comers. So you're right, maybe a lot of the crowd doesn't know them, but I think everyone was just there for the Till Wonderboy fight.
Oh, yeah, definitely, 100%. I mean, they might have been there for the co-main event if, the guy from Iceland had been fighting.
Yeah,
but,
Gunnar
he
Nelson.
pulled out, so the co-main was pretty non-event.
Hey, Dad, so switching gears, Robert Whittaker, Yoel Romero coming up real fast. We'll let you go in just a second. What do you think is going to happen in that rematch?
I think it'll go the same way. That's if Romero makes weight.
Yeah.
Man, you're a good shit before the fight, and he probably will. Don't keep yourself during the fight.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, we were just talking about Romero as well. He's a fucking phenom. I think he's going to end up making weight, though, because a title fight's a little different. Title fight, when's the last time we saw somebody this weight?
He's always made weight in the past, right? That was the only time that he didn't make weight, I think. For
the most part. He's pretty big, but I don't think it's a good issue. Travis Lutter missed weight in the title fight against Anderson Silva after he won the Ultimate Fighter. I remember that. Oh, this is kind of interesting, and I think Jan could probably chime in. Did they officially announce that the Ultimate Fighter is done with this ESPN deal? I believe they did.
Why would my dad know about that? He's not no fucking TV inside.
No. What I'm saying, I think he'd find it interesting because you were on The Ultimate Fighter. It sort of, made your career. Would like to know your dad's opinion on The Ultimate Fighter and if he's happy to see it go, if he's...
Do you have an opinion on The Ultimate Fighter, Dad?
Well, I saw a short interview with Dana, and he was saying maybe this current series, the one that's coming up, will be the last one.
Yeah. It is.
He was talking about the ESPN deal was worth $300 million a year, and he'd been at his house in Maine for 3 days celebrating.
No, I bet he has. Yeah, 1.5 billion over 5 years. I mean, that's a definite cause for celebration. Yeah. All right, Dad. Well, listen. You are.
Can I ask you a question? Because I'm a bit confused.
Well, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, as long as it's remember, we're live to the world.
What's the main event last night? A welterweight fight or a catchweight fight?
I don't know. I guess it was a catchweight fight because he missed weight and then he had to weigh in at 188. So I guess technically that means it's a catchweight fight, right?
Yeah, because Bruce Buffer announced it as in the welterweight division.
Yeah, all right. No. It's typical Jan Bisping style to come out with little technicalities like that. It really is. Yeah. No, it's a fair point, Dad. Yeah, so I guess it would be a catchweight because he never made 170, so it can't have been at welterweight. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. Therefore, unfortunately for Till, he shouldn't move up the rankings.
Well, again, that's another fair point because it didn't happen in the welterweight division. Yeah, interesting. That's actually a good point, Dad. So technically, for him to jump above Wonderboy in the rankings, it would have to be at welterweight. Yeah. If you want to be pedantic, if that's the right word.
It's officially a catchweight.
I'm always pedantic.
Yeah. Oh, apparently officially, Dad, it was a catchweight bout.
Yeah, but as you've told in the past, Michael Bisping, those rankings don't really mean shit. They'll just do whatever the fuck they want to do with them.
They do whatever they want to do. Hey, Dad, remember when I fought Anderson Silva? Anderson was coming out first. Second, pardon me. Anderson was coming out last. So I kicked up, a mild stink in the office. I said, hold on, what the fuck? I said, I'm higher ranked than Anderson, and I'm from England. It should be me coming out second. Like, no, Anderson's ranked higher. I said, really? So I brought up the UFC ranking, showed it to them, and I was like 5 or something, and he was like 7 or 8. And by the time it took me to go and get, I don't know, the time it took me to have a piss, I came back and the rankings had switched. The rankings had switched, and Anderson was higher than me. But whatever, I get it. It's Anderson Silva.
Like, oh, weird, that's a typo.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, who knows? All right, Dad. Well, listen, we're gonna go. But nice talking to you, Dad. I'll give you a call soon.
Yeah, okay, boys. Enjoy yourself.
Yep. Take care, Dad.
Thanks,
Bye-bye.
John. Yeah, I guess Till himself had said that because he had missed weight, he should not be next in line for a title shot as well. So, good move by Till, though. It's probably good marketing to kind of have that, humble sensibility,
Yeah, no, absolutely. I thought he carried himself really well after the fight. He got carried
Not on
away.
this show. He was kind of an asshole today on the show. But
Yeah.
celebrating.
I hate to break it to everybody, but that actually wasn't Darren Till calling in. It's crazy.
No.
That wasn't Darren Till.
Stop it.
That was Renato Laranja pretending to be Darren Till. It's incredible, I know, because the accent was spot on, kid.
It's perfect.
It was fucking spot on, do you know what I mean? Okay, so I'll be a little bit, Anyway, nice one, Dad. If you are listening to this, Dad, he came out to my house recently, and his health, he's an old man. He smokes a lot. He drinks a lot. He doesn't work out. And he can't walk very well. So he was under strict instructions to see a physio when he got back. And I guarantee he hasn't done it. But if you listen to this, Dad, because you probably will listen to it back to hear how you sounded, get to the goddamn physio. You want to be able to walk for the rest of your life.
Yeah, get to the physio, whatever the fuck that is.
Physiotherapist?
Sure.
You don't know what that is?
We don't call it a physio.
What the fuck do you call it?
Physical therapist?
Physical therapy. A physio.
Physio.
Physiological therapist.
Physio. It sounds fun.
Woo, physio.
We're going to physio.
Oh, God.
Like
all right, so...
Get some questions?
What
Or
else
do you want to talk about ESPN deal? I don't know anything about it, really.
ESPN deal. I mean...
They're moving from Fox to ESPN,
yeah,
right?
so for anybody that doesn't know... What's up, Ralph? Anyone that doesn't know, of course... What's it been, 7 years? 7 years.
Crazy
UFC.
that's been 7 years.
It's insane.
I remember that like it was fucking yesterday. It was such a big deal.
UFC signed with Fox in 2011, which coincidentally was the year that I moved to America, and then I started getting all these bits of work, which is
It's always
actually,
about you, Michael Bisping.
No, it's not about me. Which is incidentally, that's when public opinion started changing because I started getting on TV and people started realizing, hold on a minute, this guy's just a sarcastic fucking idiot as opposed to being a dick. But that's crazy. 7 years has passed already. Obviously, I work at Fox, and there's a whole team now that's dedicated
I didn't even think about
just
that.
to the UFC. These people at Fox just, they work the UFC. That's it. So it's all kind of up in the air there.
So that whole, the Karen Bryant team, those are all Fox employees.
They're Fox employees, but there's people behind the scenes, producers, writers, directors.
Oh, if you've ever been on a TV set, you should know, if there's one person on camera, there's literally 25 people behind the camera on the other side. It's crazy.
There's a huge team over at Fox that produce the UFC TV programming, and I want to say it's been an absolute. Of course, they're not dead, and we've still got a few more months yet until it switches to ESPN. But it's been an absolute pleasure working with them all, and they really took their time with me and coached me along. When I first got on TV, I talk fast now, but Jesus Christ, I used to talk a million miles an hour. They'd get in my earpiece and tell me to slow down and pronounce my words a little better, which is partly why I have a slight American twang these days. For anyone listening that talks shit, because I do get a lot of messages about that, but that's why. So everyone at Fox, everyone over there, all the producers, Donovan, Steve, Sonny, all of you, every one of you. It's been an absolute pleasure, but unfortunately, starting from next year, it'll be on ESPN, which I guess it's a bigger platform.
Is it?
Apparently so. Apart from what I'm led to believe, more people, it's way bigger apparently. So I think that's kind of why UFC wanted to move to ESPN. If I'm getting that wrong, I apologise. And Fox are replacing, or maybe replacing isn't the right word, but UFC's going. WWE will be
On Fox.
going to Fox.
Ooh,
yeah,
really?
exactly. Yeah,
That's
so,
interesting.
Yeah, exactly. So UFC are going, WWE's coming. But yeah, big shift up. So
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, look, if it's a bigger platform, good for them. I guess a little bit of the question in the air is they're doing this ESPN Plus thing where they're doing ESPN Plus fight cards, apparently 10 a year. So that's something else we got to pay for. Another thing that you got to add, because that doesn't come for free. That's a separate service from, like, I have ESPN and cable, right? I don't have ESPN Plus though, correct? No. Because I know if I were to get like NBC, if I use my cable login,
no. But these days, everybody has smart TVs, or you know, the majority of people have smart TVs. So ESPN Plus doesn't need to be watched on your phone.
But it's not on your phone. That's the point.
You just have it on your smart TV. You download the app. Boom, there you go.
What are you saying, Harrington? Get on mic if you're going to.
Come on, Harrington, say something. Look.
Okay. All right, Mike, I'm sorry.
Jesus, Harrington, get a grip.
It's a subscription model.
Slide away from the microphone.
Oh, Christ almighty.
Now you may talk.
That's why I don't want to be on camera.
Now play with your nipples. He went to do it, by the way.
Yo, he says jump, I say how high. You haven't figured this. It's been a year, Lewis.
Very true.
Did he tell you to wear that headband?
No fucking way.
Which I actually think is really cool.
Thanks, man.
Yeah,
Thanks.
I like it. I like it.
Somebody does. So the deal is it's a subscription service, similar to the way UFC has Fight Pass now.
Yes.
So the entire fight library is going to be on there. You can go back, watch all the old fights. And now how they have like 3 or 4 a year that are UFC Fight Pass exclusive cards. That's now going to jump up to 12 to 15 a year.
Yes.
Hold on.
But hold on, but you're still going to be able to watch it on your TV.
No, you're not.
Bullshit.
No. So there's going to be 15. What the deal is, the second part of the $150 million. So they had an initial $150 million deal for their top-down service, their digital service. Now they just announced another $150 million, bringing it total $300 million for fights on ESPN.
Slow down. Time out.
Thank God we have Harrington. That isn't a mainstay of the podcast to explain it all. Thank God.
Listen to me. What I'm asking you is, what Mike's saying is, I can plug in my fucking computer to my TV. I can watch the fights on my TV. That's not an issue.
No, it is. For the other 12 fights a year, you have to pay an extra $10 a month.
Oh, yeah. No, exactly. Harrington, please, exactly. For the ESPN Plus, you can watch that on your TV. Yes. But the other fights, you're going to have ESPN or ESPN2, whichever one. Yes. Yeah, no, for sure. Exactly.
But what I'm asking is, are they getting rid of Fight Pass because of this ESPN
No, they're
Plus
not getting
deal?
rid of Fight Pass.
So they're not doing Fight Pass cards anymore?
No more Fight Pass cards.
But now I have to pay for Fight Pass and ESPN Plus.
No, because you're going to get the entire library of Fight Pass with ESPN Plus.
But Fight Pass,
nobody wants to be.
No. You're right. For an MMA fan, you aren't necessarily going to need both. But this gives UFC Fight Pass a chance to do a pivot, and they're going to pivot into something else. I'm not
original programming.
Yeah, maybe, yeah, exactly. I'm not gonna. I had a chat with someone, so I'm not gonna spill any beans because it's not my place to do that. But yeah.
Well, they seem to be doing
make
original
some
programming
moves.
anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm watching them do that as it is.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're right. All right, that makes sense. So it's not going to be as much about those live fights or because the reality is the fight.
It's just going to be more programming aimed at UFC fans.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? You're a UFC fan. You go to Fight Pass. You can watch fights.
Thing
you can
for
watch
Fight Pass.
the Fight Library, as well as a ton of original programming and content that they're going to produce for Fight Pass.
The library is the biggest deal about Fight Pass and the live cards. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
That's why I have Fight Pass. It's actually I have Fight Pass just for the live cards. Then once in a while, I'll want to go watch an archive fight, something that I really want to.
For me,
there's too many new fights. For me to go back and watch archive fights, it's crazy.
For me as an analyst, so for example, this weekend I had,
right.
I've got to watch fights. Back in the day, we used to get emails from them, and you got all these zip files. You can unzip them and all that. That's a whole fucking issue for me because I'm a moron. But then you got to download them and then you watch them. Now you just go Fight Pass, boom, they're all on there,
nice
all on there. Yeah, nice and easy.
So, but now ESPN Plus will have the same exact service as Fight Pass, except for the original programming on Fight Pass. Not good for Fight Pass.
Yeah. You know,
great.
At the end of the day, it's in my opinion a shame for Fox. It's a shame for me because I like working at Fox. I just got my feet under the table. Do you know what I mean? I just got my feet under the table. I know everyone. I'm having martinis with the director.
Well, you need to stop giving them credit. You need to start kissing ass for the ESPN people.
Now I'm going to go to ESPN, start all over again. They're going to be like, oh, oh, this Bisping, he's a bit of a dick. You know, I'm like, I gotta kiss ass.
Yeah.
I gotta fucking try and get my feet under the table. Chael Sonnen and Ariel Helwani are already way ahead of me.
Oh, they're already ESPN already.
Yeah, they might be like, we don't like the way this guy's eyes looks. Let's get rid of him. You know, I don't like his stupid accent. You know,
they're not gonna hear you.
His sense of humor sucks. I'm like, fuck.
Every day, it's like, can we
just go back to Fox, please? They love me over there.
Fox had no problem with Michael Bisping shutting down camera 6. He's like, no, I don't like that camera. That's going off.
Exactly. But I guess if it is a bigger platform, which it is, then, you know, it's just progression. I was hoping it would partly be on ESPN, partly on Fox, switch it up over multiple networks like a lot of the big sports do.
Yeah.
But, there we go. Should we do some questions?
This is it. Let's do some questions. Thanks so much, guys, for joining the conversation. If you want to ask us some questions, you can shoot us an email at bym@gasdigitalnetwork.com. That is bym@gasdigitalnetwork.com. Also, I'll tell you right now, the latest episode is always available on YouTube as well. So go subscribe to Believe You Me on YouTube. It is youtube.com/BelieveYouMe or podcast.
Believe You Me podcast.
It's youtube.com/BelieveYouMe podcast. And take a moment to go to our subreddit, reddit.com/r/BelieveYouMe. We love the fans engaging, and we try to engage as much as possible. Bisping, I saw you posting in the subreddit as well.
Occasionally, I do. I do go to the subreddit, Reddit, and I do.
Just read nasty comments about yourself.
I read nasty comments. I scour the pages for good comments because I'm an egomaniac. I'm like, come on. Ooh, yeah. Hey, look. No, it's fun. I mean, you know, you do your morning regime. I get out of bed, you put the news on, you drink your coffee, you look at Instagram, you do your Facebook.
You search your name on Reddit.
And then you go, fuck, all right, well, I guess I'll look at what these losers on Reddit are saying.
Yeah.
You're not a loser, by the way.
No, they're engaged, which is
no,
the
it's
best
great.
part.
It's great.
Those message boards are the best, and I'll tell you why. The underground, Reddit.
No, the underground are fucking assholes.
No, can I tell you why?
No, they're not. They're a bunch of fucking kids.
Okay.
Even Callum has moved on from the underground because of the negativity. A lot of negativity, a lot of con and nut riding, and that's it. There's obviously some level-headed people on there, and so my apologies. I'm not tarring you with that brush. There's a lot of fucking morons out there that disrespect fighters completely. They have no idea what it takes to step in there, the sacrifice we make, the injuries we take, you know, the punishment to our bodies, and they just sit there in the fucking mum's basement jerking off to fucking shitty porn and judging us. So kiss my ass, all you little fucking assholes on there.
I think you're talking directly to me.
I'm not. Well, no.
Did you not stare at me while you say this?
I'm looking at you simply because I'm in a room with you. But on that note, let's move on. Do some questions.
Yeah, let's do it. I was saying that
Can't we just do the questions? I've got to drive away from me outside in a stretch limousine.
Stretch? No.
No, I'm joking. I don't know, maybe.
All right, let's get some questions.
Should I text him and say, are you in a stretch limousine? I'll text him and he'll be like, wow, this guy's a fucking loser.
Here we go. Let's go. Ready? This is from Scott Luther. He says, did you guys see Rogan... Or did you guys see GSP on the Joe Rogan podcast? I thought he was quite complimentary of Mike. I've been on the fence about George as a person, but I liked him a whole lot after watching this. It was nice to see George comment on Mike's power and praise his fighting in reflection of their fight. He seemed very genuine in his comments and his positivity about Bisping as a fighter. And for me, as a lifelong Bisping fan, I took a lot of satisfaction in the things he had to say. Many fighters could have been right dick and try to talk themselves up, but George was a real-ass dude in this situation, and he didn't need to be. Love the show.
Yep.
Hope Lewis gets some stand-up online for us scumbags outside of the U.S. to see. Scotty, that was a very long... I thought there was more to that question.
Yeah, I got it, though. I got it. He just basically saying, did you see the nice things that he said and what are my thoughts? I'll summarize. I didn't watch all of the episode. You know... The Joe Rogan podcast is very, very popular, but it's also very, very long. It can be like 3.5 hours, you know. But I did see some bits. I saw some highlights, and I did see him saying some nice things. And George, thank you very much. Listen, I never had any personal issue with George. I like George. I was just having fun. I was having fun building a fight, talking shit, being comical. You know, there was nothing ever particularly insulting that I said. I just diminished his fighting ability and had a little fun with him. That's what you do. He said some nice things. It was a pleasure sharing the octagon with George. You know, it was an honor. He's a legend. Didn't go my way. Congrats to him. Okay, I was injured, but whatever. It's just had to get that in there. But no, listen, George is the man, and God bless him. That's not a condescending God bless. That's a legitimate God bless.
Right.
And and by the way, I said last week I was going to do the Joe Rogan podcast, and funnily enough, GSP was on instead of me. So not only is he choking me out, taking my belt, and stealing my part on on the Joe Rogan podcast, but we had a scheduling conflict. We made a
Everything
mistake.
you worked for, man.
Everything I've did to this moment, that little fucking
He comes
weird
and just
alien
steps in.
takes it. Nah.
Michael
I'll be
Bisping,
going on.
he had a lot of power. He was very powerful. Oh, he was so powerful. Everything.
Yeah. Oh, he's so powerful, but he could not stop me. I took his best shots and then laughed at him. Okay, next question. Next question.
I took his best shot.
I took his best shot. You know, he hit very hard. People talk about Michael Bisping and said that he has no power. He hit very hard. And what he's doing there is saying, basically, I'm fucking tough as nails because he hits like a motherfucker. But I took his best shot and choked him out.
And he also gave the backhanded compliment by letting everyone know that everyone else talks about how you don't have power.
Yeah.
You know, everybody says it's about Michael Bisping that he has no power. He has a
He has
little
no
dick.
power, but he hit me pretty hard.
Everyone that I know says Michael Bisping, he's a real pussy, you know? He's got nothing.
Whoa. All right, next question. Let's go.
All right, whoa.
Jeez, silent, Lewis. Put the phone on silent.
Sorry.
Is it your driver?
No, it's my son's mother. She's driving me crazy. Hey, come on,
She's
guys.
just driving me crazy.
All right, this is from Dylan Aberhart. With Craig White's failure in his recent match against Neil Magny, I would like to ask Mike, being a former Cage Warriors champion, what is the step up between small promotion and the big time like? I presume the money is drastically different, but what else changes? Does your camp become reformed? Is it weird going from fighting main events and perhaps moving to the prelims into the UFC? Overall,
okay.
Talk about your first experiences.
Well, no. That's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to answer his question.
Or answer his question
a little
however
bit
you
of
want.
insight as to how it changes from being a fighter on, let's say, CageWarriors.com, i.e. doing the regional circuit. Lewis, please, I'm talking to you. Text her. Say, I'm live on the air right now. I've got a very, very important person that's flown in from out of town. Very important. So when I was fighting on Cage Warriors, Cage Rage, all these different shows, and I'm assuming it's the same in America as well, outside of the UFC and all over the world, they kind of call that the regional circuit, okay? When you're doing that, you got to fight regularly. People talk about fight camps. I see people, even now, that aren't in the UFC, and they talk about camps. Oh, I got a camp. You don't do fucking camps. You're not in camp. When you're trying to establish yourself, you're trying to become a name, you're trying to get to the UFC and become somebody. So you got to fight. You stay in shape all the time. You have a fight on Friday. You're back in the gym on Monday. You're working on your skill set, you know.
Yeah. So you're always in camp.
Always,
quote,
yeah, you're not in camp. You're training to become a mixed martial artist. That's your training phase. That's your learning period, you know. And you fight, you train, and you go on. I had 10 fights in 1 year between kickboxing and MMA. Do you know that you got to stay busy? That's how you get a name. Then you get to the UFC. Yeah, shit changes. For one, there's a big step up in competition, and you start having 2 fights, maybe 3 fights, if you're lucky, per year. Then you start doing specified camps. Of course, yes, the money gets better. That's a given. You have one opponent, and you have months to prepare for him. You know, and then you develop a game plan. What partners you're going to bring in? What type of training? Do I need to get stronger? Do I need to work on jiu-jitsu? All that type of stuff. Craig White stepped up short notice from Cage Warriors to the UFC, taking on Neil Magny at the weekend. Brave move by Craig White, you know, because that is a big step up in competition. You're going right into the lion's den, hornet's nest, so to speak. But, you know, unfortunately didn't go his way. But I think he'll get another shot in the UFC. The fact that he saved the day at the short notice, he should, in my opinion. And hopefully they match him up with somebody of similar experience, somebody kind of new to the UFC. That's what should happen. That would be the right move.
Before. Alir Latifi stepped up, short notice for co-main, or maybe been a main against what the fuck was that? But that was like
Gegard Mousasi.
yeah, short notice.
Yeah.
You know, wasn't supposed to win the fight. Had a decent performance. Lost, but had a decent performance.
And he's gone on to have a great career.
Yeah,
in
huge
Latifi.
career.
Yeah, exactly.
Monster. Who did he just knock out, dude? Oh my god.
Oh god, who
that
was
a
it?
brutal
OSP.
knockout. Oh my god.
Oh, Vincent Prue. Yeah.
So good. So good.
So there you go. Things, everything changes in prior to the UFC, because let's be honest, UFC is pretty much the only horse in town. There's some organisations out there. There's Bellator, I guess, and there's some others, but that's the big show. Once you get there, everything changes. Next question.
All right, let's get one more. This section for Shannon. You want for Shannon? Is that all right?
Oh, please.
I guess so.
This is fuck.
Shannon,
Mary,
let's do it.
Fuck, marry, kill. Colby Covington, Sage Northcutt, or Luke Rockhold.
Well,
All right, I got it.
Jesus.
Wow, Jesus
Christ.
Christ, Shannon.
I thought we'd have like if we're going to do fighters, maybe 3 female fighters. Do you know
Well, no,
what
this
I
was
mean?
for Shannon.
Fuck.
Not from Shannon.
Oh, it's a question for Shannon. I thought it was a question from Shannon to me.
I want everyone.
Fuck, marry, or kill Luke Rockhold, Sage Northcutt, or someone else.
Did you see him? He was going to answer too. He stepped in. Well,
I'm like,
I guess
okay.
if
I'm
I
like,
gotta
all right, listen.
choose.
I'm like, listen, well, fuck Luke Rockhold because he's injured his knees out of his fight against. Kill Luke Rockhold. He's out of his fight, so he's done. Sage Northcutt, he's a good-looking kid. He's young. You know what I mean?
You gotta fuck him.
You gotta fuck him.
Gotta throw it down inside of him.
See that picture yesterday with the pussycat in his hands?
Yeah.
Dude, good-looking guy.
And then I say
anyway.
you got to marry Colby because look, he's a badass. He's an alpha.
And he'd definitely bring other women into the relationship.
That's kind of fun. For Shannon, you psycho.
Okay, Shannon. F, marry, kill, Northcutt, Covington, Rockhold.
All right, I don't want you to be mad at me, Mike, because of my selections.
Oh boy! Wow, I
Jesus
thought.
Christ. Hold on, listen. Who was it? Covington, Rockhold.
I thought she would immediately
Apart
kill
from
Rockhold.
Northcutt, they're all assholes. So
Just to make you happy, I figured she'd kill Rockhold right off the bat, just to be an ass kisser.
She's
but
gonna-
her
I'm not gonna be an
vagina,
ass kisser.
she's like,
her vagina is taking over
she'd be like,
so
can I
much.
69 Rockhold?
Can I get double teamed by
Yeah,
Colby and Rockhold at the same time? Because you know what? Shannon,
God,
what?
guys, let's keep it out the gutter.
Okay, so I would fuck Colby Covington. I feel like
Yeah, you
know
love that guy.
She really
He's
wants
hot,
him.
but I like the asshole part of him, but just for the sex part. And
You
then,
think it'd be good?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. You don't think
Yeah.
so?
Oh yeah, I've often fantasized about it.
And then I would kill Sage Northcutt because he's such like a goody. I hate it. And I would marry Luke Rockhold.
You marry Luke.
sake.
You're a fucking animal. You're off the show.
Oh, can we bring up the picture of Sage Northcutt from yesterday? You're telling me you wouldn't?
You'd kill this kid?
This guy. This is the guy you want to kill. Can we bring it up? Yesterday's picture or
Oh,
2
look at
days
that.
ago.
I mean, damn, that is dreamy right there.
No. The picture that I sent you. Did you send it
put
to
up.
Shannon?
No, I told you to send it to Shannon. Put,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Save
I've got to do everything. I'm in town and
How do
all
I
of a sudden-
find it?
Now I'm producing.
Sage
No, it's
Northcutt.
okay. It's okay. I'll send it to you.
It's on his Instagram.
Yes,
him and a
Sage
cat.
Northcutt's Instagram.
have it right here.
Good, she got it. She got it over here.
Now, please explain. This is a section that we're going to call Believe It or Not.
Believe it or not, I'm walking on
What
air.
is that? Can somebody begin to explain the motivation behind that picture?
Yeah, he's controlling that pussy.
What is he doing? I mean, what part of you thinks, okay, I'm going to get super buff, I'm going to have a good workout, get a pom-pom, put my headphones on, and take a picture with the cat.
And
And
you're
then
about to play Fortnite after the fight's over.
Yeah, and then not reference the cat at all. Talk about video games. It's like, nothing to see here. I'm just holding my cat like a machine gun.
See, don't you want to kill him?
The computer
Definitely want to fucking get. I want to stomp in his face.
Wow.
The computer's not even working.
It's having a software
He's
update.
offline. He's having the software. Yeah, no. He's having a software update. He's like, what can I do to kill time? Come here. He's just chased that cat around the room for half an hour.
Maybe he
You
trains
little
like,
fucker.
he trains like Rocky. He's trying to catch a cat.
There
I
you
don't know.
go.
He's got a sweat. His body's rocking though.
No, his
But
body's
that's
ridiculous.
almost too much.
That's what I look like, Lewis, with my shirt off.
I saw you with shirt off today, Michael Bisping. Okay. Shannon, is that too muscly for you?
No, it's a little too I need a
Chiseled.
little more body fat. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like big and solid, not necessarily ripped so much.
I feel like you're describing me perfectly.
Let's see, Mike.
Fuck, marry, kill me, Harrington, or Bisping.
I could also answer that really quickly.
Go.
I would. I'm sorry, Mike. I would kill Harrington.
Obviously.
Oh, okay. Well, why is it
And
so
then-
to me?
Fuck Lewis, marry Bisping.
Yeah,
There you
would.
go. There you go.
I'd be smashing your wife. You see that? How does that feel? Who's a real alpha now, motherfucker?
Oh, that's brilliant. And I think on that note, we're done.
This is it. Thanks, guys, for listening. Believe you me, go to YouTube, go subscribe on iTunes, leave us a 5-star ranking, positive review. We love you guys for listening. Tell some friends about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Please do. We're growing all the time. Thank you very much for listening and tuning in. All that good stuff. See you next week.
Michael Bisping shutting down camera 6. He's like, no, I don't like that camera. That's going off.
Exactly. But I guess if it is a bigger platform, which it is, then, it's just progression. I was hoping it would partly be on ESPN, partly on Fox, switch it up over multiple networks like a lot of the big sports do.
Yeah.
But, there we go. Should we do some questions?
This is it. Let's do some questions. Thanks so much, guys, for joining the conversation. If you want to ask us some questions, you can shoot us an email at bym@gasdigitalnetwork.com. That is bym@gasdigitalnetwork.com. Also, I'll tell you right now, the latest episode is always available on YouTube as well. So go subscribe to Believe You Me on YouTube. It is youtube.com/BelieveYouMe or podcast.
Believe You Me podcast.
It's youtube.com/BelieveYouMe podcast. And take a moment to go to our subreddit, reddit.com/r/BelieveYouMe. We love the fans engaging, and we try to engage as much as possible. Bisping, I saw you posting in the subreddit as well.
Occasionally I do. I do go to the subreddit, Reddit, and yeah, I do.
Just read nasty comments about yourself.
I read nasty comments. I scour the pages for good comments because I'm an egomaniac. I'm like, come on.
gotta
Ooh,
be
yeah.
something.
Hey, look. Yeah, no, it's fun. I mean, you do your morning regime. I get out of bed, you put the news on, you drink your coffee, you look at Instagram, you do your Facebook.
You search your name on Reddit.
And then you go, and then you go, fuck, all right, well, I guess I'll look at what these losers on Reddit are saying.
Yeah.
You're not a loser, by the way.
No, they're engaged, which is
No,
the
it's
best
great.
part.
It's great.
Those message boards are the best, and I'll tell you why. The underground Reddit.
No, the underground are fucking assholes.
No, can I tell you why?
No, they're not. They're a bunch of fucking kids.
Okay.
Even Callum has moved on from the underground because of the negativity. A lot of negativity, a lot of con and nut riding, and that's it. There's obviously some level-headed people on there, and so my apologies. I'm not tarring you with that brush. There's a lot of fucking morons out there that disrespect fighters completely. They have no idea what it takes to step in there. No. The sacrifice we make, the injuries we take, the punishment to our bodies, and they just sit there in the fucking mum's basement jerking off to fucking shitty porn and judging us. So kiss my ass, all you little fucking assholes on there.
I think you're talking directly to me.
I'm not. Well, no.
Did you not stare at me while you say this?
I'm looking at you simply because I'm in a room with you. But on that note, let's move on. Do some questions.
Yeah, let's do it. I was saying that.
Can we just do the questions? I've got a driver waiting for me outside in a stretch limousine.
Stretch? No.
No, I'm joking. I don't know. Maybe.
All right, let's get some questions.
Should I text him and say, "Are you in a stretch limousine?" I'll text him. He'll be like, "Wow, this guy's a fucking loser."
Here we go. Let's go. Ready? This is from Scott Luther. He says, "Did you guys see Rogan?" Or did you guys see GSP on the Joe Rogan podcast? I thought he was quite complimentary of Mike. I've been on the fence about George as a person, but I liked him a whole lot after watching this. It was nice to see George comment on Mike's power and praise his fighting in reflection of their fight. He seemed very genuine in his comments and his positivity about Bisping as a fighter. And for me, as a lifelong Bisping fan, I took a lot of satisfaction in the things he had to say. Many fighters could have been right dick and try to talk themselves up, but George was a real-ass dude in this situation, and he didn't need to be. Love the show.
Yep.
Hope Lewis gets some stand-up online for us scumbags outside of the U.S. to see. Scotty, that was a very long... I thought there was more to that question.
Yeah, I got it, though. I got it. He just basically saying, did you see the nice things that he said, and what are my thoughts? I'll summarize. I didn't watch all of the episode. The Joe Rogan podcast is very, very popular, but it's also very, very long. It can be like 3.5 hours, But I did see some bits. I saw some highlights, and I did see him saying some nice things. And George, thank you very much. Listen, I had any personal issue with George. I like George. I was just having fun. I was having fun building a fight, talking shit, being comical. You know, there was nothing ever particularly insulting that I said. I just diminished his fighting ability and had a little fun with him. That's what you do. He said some nice things. It was a pleasure sharing the octagon with George. You know, it was an honor. He's a legend. Didn't go my way. Congrats to him. Okay, I was injured, but whatever. Just had to get that in there. But no, listen, George is the man, and God bless him. That's not a condescending God bless. That's a legitimate God bless.
Right.
And and by the way, I said last week I was going to do the Joe Rogan podcast, and funnily enough, GSP was on instead of me. So not only is he choking me out, taking my belt, and stealing my part on on the Joe Rogan podcast, but we had a scheduling conflict. We made a
Everything
mistake.
you worked for, man.
Everything I've did to this moment, that little fucking
He comes
weird
in, just
alien
steps in.
takes it. Nah.
Michael
I'll be going
Bisping,
on.
he had a lot of power. He was very powerful. Oh, he was so powerful. Everything.
Yeah. Oh, he's so powerful, but he could not stop me. I took his best shots and then laughed at him. Okay, next question. Next question.
I took his best shot.
I took his best shot. You know, he hit very hard. People talk about Michael Bisping and said that he has no power. He hit very hard. And what he's doing there is saying, basically, I'm fucking tough as nails because he hits like a motherfucker. But I took his best shot and choked him out.
And he also gave the backhanded compliment by letting everyone know that everyone else talks about how you don't have power.
Yeah.
Everybody says this about Michael Bisping, that he has no power. He has a little dick.
Power, but he hit me pretty hard.
Everyone that I know says Michael Bisping, he's a real pussy, you know? He's got nothing.
Whoa. All right, next question. Let's go.
All right, whoa.
Gee, silent, Lewis. Put the phone on silent.
Sorry.
Is it your driver?
No, it's my son's mother. She's driving me crazy. Hey, come on,
She's
guys.
just driving me crazy.
All right, this is from Dylan Aberhart. With Craig White's failure in his recent match against Neil Magny, I would like to ask Mike, being a former Cage Warriors champion, what is the step up between small promotion and the big time like? I presume the money is drastically different, but what else changes? Does your camp become reformed? Is it weird going from fighting main events and perhaps moving to the prelims into the UFC? Overall, talk about your first experience.
No, that's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to answer his question.
Or answer his question
a little
however you
bit
want.
of insight as to how it changes from being a fighter on, let's say, CageWarriors.com, i.e. doing the regional circuit. Lewis, please, I'm talking to you. Text her, say, I'm live on the air right now. I've got a very, very important person that's flown in from out of town. Very important. So when I was fighting on Cage Warriors, Cage Rage, all these different shows, and I'm assuming it's the same in America as well, outside of the UFC and all over the world, they kind of call that the regional circuit, okay? When you're doing that, you got to fight regularly. People talk about fight camps. I see people, even now, that aren't in the UFC, and they talk about camps. Oh, I got a camp. You don't do fucking camps. You're not in camp. When you're trying to establish yourself, you're trying to become a name, you're trying to get to the UFC and become somebody. So you got to fight. You stay in shape all the time. You have a fight on Friday. You're back in the gym on Monday. You're working on your skill set, you know.
Yeah. So you're always in camp.
Always, you're not in camp. You're training to become a mixed martial artist. That's your training phase. That's your learning period, you know. And you fight, you train, and you go on. I had 10 fights in 1 year between kickboxing and MMA. Do you know that you got to stay busy? That's how you get a name. Then you get to the UFC. Yeah, shit changes. For one, there's a big step up in competition, and you start having 2 fights, maybe 3 fights, if you're lucky, per year. Then you start doing specified camps. Of course, yes, the money gets better. That's a given. You have one opponent, and you have months to prepare for him, you know, and then you develop a game plan. What partners you're going to bring in? What type of training? Do I need to get stronger? Do I need to work on jiu-jitsu? All that type of stuff. Craig White stepped up short notice from Cage Warriors to the UFC, taking on Neil Magny at the weekend. Brave move by Craig White, you know, because that is a big step up in competition. You're going right into the lion's den, hornet's nest, so to speak. But, you know, unfortunately didn't go his way. But I think he'll get another shot in the UFC. The fact that he saved the day at the short notice, he should, in my opinion. And hopefully they match him up with somebody of similar experience, somebody kind of new to the UFC. That's what should happen. That
saw
would be
that
the right
happen
move.
before. Alir Latifi stepped up, short notice for co-main, or been a main against what the fuck was that? But that was like
Gegard Mousasi.
Yeah, short notice.
Yeah.
You know, wasn't supposed to win the fight. Had a decent performance. Lost, but had a decent performance.
And he's gone on to have a great career.
Yeah,
Ilir
huge
Latifi.
career.
Yeah, exactly.
Monster. Who did he just knock out, dude? Oh my god.
Oh god, who
that was
was
a
it?
brutal
OSP.
knockout. Oh my god.
Oh, Vincent Prue. Yeah.
So good. So good.
So there you go. Things, everything changes prior to the UFC, because let's be honest, UFC is pretty much the only horse in town. There's some organisations out there. There's Bellator, I guess, and there's some others, but that's the big show. Once you get there, everything changes. Next question.
All right, let's get one more. This is actually one for Shannon. You want for Shannon? Is that all right?
Oh, please.
I guess so.
This is fuck
Shannon,
Mary,
let's do it.
Fuck, marry, kill. Colby Covington, Sage Northcutt, or Luke Rockhold.
Well,
All right, I got it.
Jesus,
Wow, Jesus Christ, Shannon.
I thought we'd have like, if we're going to do fighters, maybe 3 female fighters. Do you know
Well, no,
what
this
I
was
mean?
for Shannon.
Fuck.
Not from Shannon.
Oh, it's a question for Shannon. I thought it was a question from Shannon to me.
I want everyone.
Fuck, marry, or kill Luke Rockhold, Sage Northcutt, or someone else.
Did you see him? He was going to answer, too. He stepped in. Well,
I'm like,
I guess
okay.
if
I'm
I
like,
gotta
all right, listen.
choose.
I'm like, listen, well, fuck Luke Rockhold because he's injured his knees out of his fight against. Kill Luke Rockhold. He's out of his fight, so he's done. Sage Northcutt, he's a good-looking kid. He's young. You know what I mean?
You gotta fuck him.
You gotta fuck him.
You gotta throw it down inside of him.
See that picture yesterday with the pussycat in his hands?
Yeah.
Dude, good-looking guy.
And then I say
anyway.
you got to marry Colby because, look, he's a badass. He's an alpha.
And he'd definitely bring other women into the relationship.
That's kind of fun. For Shannon, you psycho.
Okay, Shannon. F, marry, kill, Northcutt, Covington, Rockhold.
All right, I don't want you to be mad at me, Mike, because of my selections.
Oh, boy. Wow. I
Jesus
thought.
Christ. Hold on, listen. Who was it? Covington? Rockhold?
I thought she would immediately kill
Apart from
Rockhold.
Northcutt, they're all assholes. So
Just to make you happy, I figured she'd kill Rockhold right off the bat, just to be an ass kisser.
She's
But
gonna-
her
I'm not gonna be an
vagina,
ass kisser.
she's like,
her vagina is taking over
she'd be like,
so
can I
much.
69, Rockhold?
Can I get double teamed by
Yeah,
Colby and Rockhold at the same time? Because you know what? Shut him
Oh,
up.
guys, let's keep it out the gutter.
Okay, so I would fuck Colby Covington. I feel like
Yeah,
already
you
know
love that guy.
She really
He's
wants
hot,
him.
but I like the asshole part of him, but just for the sex part. And then
You think it'd be good?
Yeah, I think so. You don't think
Yeah.
so?
Oh, yeah, I've often fantasized about it.
And then I would kill Sage Northcutt because he's such like a goody goody. I hate it, and I would marry Luke Rockhold.
You marry Luke. You're a fucking animal. You're off the show.
Ho. Can we bring up the picture of Sage Northcutt from yesterday? You're telling me you wouldn't?
You'd kill this kid?
This guy. This is the guy you want to kill. Can we bring it up? Yesterday's picture on
Oh,
2
look at
days
that.
ago.
I mean, damn, that is dreamy right there.
No. The picture that I sent you. Did you send it
put
to
up.
Shannon?
No, I told you to send it to Shannon.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Sage
I'm going to do everything. I'm in town and
How do
all
I
of a sudden-
find it?
Now I'm producing.
Sage
No, it's
Northcutt.
okay. It's okay. I'll send it to you.
It's on his Instagram.
Yes,
him and a
Sage
cat.
Northcutt's Instagram.
I have it right here.
Good. She's got it. She's got it over here.
Now, please explain. This is a section that we're going to call Believe It or Not.
Believe it or not, I'm walking on
What
air.
is that? Can somebody begin to explain the motivation behind that picture?
Yeah, he's controlling that pussy.
What is he doing? I mean, what part of you thinks, okay, I'm going to get super buff, I'm going to have a good workout, get a pump on, put my headphones on, and take a picture with the cat.
And you're
then
about to play Fortnite after the fight's over.
Yeah, and then not reference the cat at all. Talk about video games. It's like, nothing to see here. I'm just holding my cat like a machine gun.
See, don't you want to kill him?
The computer
Definitely want to fucking I want to stomp in his face.
Wow.
The computer's not even working.
It's having a software
He's
update.
offline. He's having a software. Yeah, no. He's having a software update. He's like, what can I do to kill time? Come here. He's just chased that cat around the room for half an hour.
Maybe he
You
trains
little
like,
fucker.
he trains like Rocky. He's trying to catch a cat.
There
I
you
don't know.
go.
He's got a sweat. His body's rocking though.
No, his
But
body's
that's
ridiculous.
almost too much.
That's what I look like, Lewis, with my shirt off.
I saw you with your shirt off today, Michael Bisping. Okay. Shannon, is that too muscly for you?
No, it's a little too I need a
Chiseled.
little more body fat. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like big and solid, not necessarily ripped so much.
I feel like you're describing me perfectly.
Let's see, Mike.
Fuck, marry, kill me, Harrington, or Bisping.
I could also answer that really quickly.
Go.
I would. I'm sorry, Mike. I would kill Harrington.
Obviously.
Okay, well, why is it so to me?
Fuck Lewis, marry Bisping.
Yeah,
There you
would.
go. There you go.
I'd be smashing your wife. You see that? How does that feel? Who's a real alpha now, motherfucker?
Oh, that's brilliant. And I think on that note, we're done.
This is it. Thanks, guys, for listening. And believe you me, go to YouTube, go subscribe on iTunes, leave us a 5-star ranking, positive review. We love you guys for listening. Tell some friends about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Please do. We're growing all the time. Thank you very much for listening and tuning in. All that good stuff. See you next week.
Trolling that pussy.
What is he doing? I mean, what part of you thinks, okay, I'm going to get super buff, I'm going to have a good workout, get a pump on, put my headphones on, and take a picture with the cat.
And you're about to play Fortnite after the fight's over.
Yeah, and then not reference the cat at all. Talk about video games. It's like, nothing to see here. I'm just holding my cat like a machine gun.
See, don't you want to kill him?
The computer
Definitely want to fucking get. I want to stomp in his face.
Wow.
The computer's not even working.
It's having a software
He's
update.
offline. He's having a software. Yeah, no. He's having a software update. He's like, what can I do to kill time? Come here. He's just chased that cat around the room for half an hour.
Maybe he
You
trains
little
like
fucker.
he trains like Rocky. He's trying to catch a cat.
There
I
you
don't know.
go.
He's got a sweat. His body's rocking though.
No, his
But
body's
that's
ridiculous.
almost too much.
That's what I look like, Lewis, with my shirt off.
I saw you with your shirt off today, Michael Bisping. Okay. Shannon, is that too muscly for you?
No, it's a little too I need a
Chiseled.
little more body fat. Yeah,
Yeah.
I like big and solid, not necessarily ripped so much.
I feel like you're describing me perfectly.
Let's see, Mike.
Fuck, marry, kill me, Harrington, or Bisping.
I could also answer that really quickly.
Go.
I would. I'm sorry, Mike. I would kill Harrington.
Obviously.
Okay, well, why is it
And
so
then-
to me?
Fuck Lewis, marry Bisping.
Yeah,
There
you
you
would.
go. There you go.
I'd be smashing your wife. You see that? How does that feel? Who's a real alpha now, motherfucker?
Oh, that's brilliant. And I think on that note, we're done.
This is it. Thanks, guys, for listening. And believe you me, go to YouTube, go subscribe on iTunes, leave us a 5-star ranking, positive review. We love you guys for listening. Tell some friends about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Please do. We're growing all the time. Thank you very much for listening and tuning in. All that good stuff. See you next week.
Positive review. We love you guys for listening. Tell some friends about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Please do. We're growing all the time. Thank you very much for listening and tuning in. All that good stuff. See you next week. See you next week.